Hello and welcome to SSC Qualifier number 2. This is now season 8 and second qualifier. Lots have happened since the last qualifier and I am Pat here with the broken Pinky to talk about it. Pinky, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here. Always enjoy commentating some SAC. I feel like I haven't done it in a while. I kind of missed out on season 7, unfortunately, but we're back here in season 8 in the second qualifier of the season, ready to get back into some good mid-level Splatoon action. So today's gonna be a great day.
Yeah, great day indeed. And lots of things have moved because the first qualifier was before the LUTD were revealed, and lots of teams got banned because of that between the two qualifiers. And now, like the field has completely opened. Like there's lots of spots that are up for grabs compared to what happened on the last qualifier, and any team can really get it and rise to the occasion.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's the point of this circuit is to advance you further into mid-level and just give you a chance to rise above your fellow competitors, your fellow compatriots, and just
Mhm.
prove what you can do and move on through your competitive Splatoon journey.
Yeah, and that's both of these teams. And I believe, Broken Picky, that we will start with a Breakdown versus Half-Life.
Yeah, two pretty new teams starting out
Mhm.
in round 1 of groups. Both of these teams forming within the last 2 months. So I'm interested to see how they'll perform. I haven't really had a chance to see either of them too much as of late. So it'll be good for me to get a first taste of how these guys play and how these guys match up with each other.
Yeah, because they're NA teams, I don't know them that much. If the accent doesn't make it clear, I'm from Europe, and and yeah, I can't wait to see what NA teams are able to do in mid-level and able to show us today.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great time. I'd imagine we have some European representatives. I know the Final Reckoning
Oh yeah.
is probably gonna be playing today, and they actually took qualifier 1 if I'm not much mistaken. So we have a little bit of global interaction here in SEC right now.
Hmm. Yeah, global action. And wait, if you win qualifier 1, you don't need to come back. You're guaranteed to make it to the finals, right? I think Final Reckoning is yeah, they're not here. They're already in the finals.
Oh well, I guess they're resting on their laurels a little bit. uh,
Yep, but lots
they-
of good teams.
Lots of good teams for sure. We got pretty stacked bracket, pretty good action coming here, and we're just gonna be starting off with some simple group stages once we can get everything all situated, nice up and running before we head on to the actual main bracket itself. So
Mhm.
lots to look forward to.
Yeah, we will start with the groups, and it looks like our teams are already playing, and we are waiting to get in the lobby. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, Broken Pinky. There's a. Do you have a favorite to win this one? I mean, as I said, like because of the div reveal, lots of the favorites to win this ACC are now banned and cannot come back. So there's still a few teams vying for control, vying for the qualifying. But do you have any team that you're waiting to see win?
I wouldn't really say that I'm like super cheering for any team in particular. There are obviously some names I recognize and I'm a big fan of. Elongated, Jelly Squids, La La La, Get Your Money Up. A lot of easily recognizable teams, especially in the
Mhm.
mid-level Splatoon scene. So I don't know. I'm just ready to see how things happen, how everyone comes to play in this game.
Yeah, lots of things could happen, and I mean, I am pretty much a fan of Elongated too, and not for the name. It's because Woomy Genie is on the team, and I want to see him win.
It's because we love Genie. That simple.
Yeah, get a better team name though, please.
You can't beat perfection. What are you talking about?
But yep. So we are still preparing stream. How's it going in chat? Does chat has Anything to say? Any
I
teams you
think
are cheering for?
people just wanna stare at the bracket a little bit. But
Mhm.
anyone in the chat, feel free to sound off what you're excited to see throughout this tournament. I guess qualifier 2 still pretty early in the season, so a lot can happen.
I see a TFR win. They already won last time. They don't need to win again.
This is true. I mean, you get that sweep, you get that win, you just get the easy ride into finals. I mean, I guess you could potentially play if that's allowed and just get some more practice, but you can also just take it easy for a few weeks, I guess.
Yeah, lots of. Okay, so it looks like the teams we were planning on streaming started their games without us, and
Yeah. Looks like we're a little bit of a fish out of water in this
yeah.
situation.
So Breakdown is up 1-0 against Half-Life. So we'll see if we're able to watch game 2. But it looks like we'll jump in for round 2. Yeah, we'll not see that first round. Very sorry about that, but we'll try to get you good teams for the second round that we can cast. And
Yeah, I
that
mean,
was the intro.
a little bit. I mean, most of these teams have already finished game 1 in their group. Some of them are still catching up a little bit, but Uh, rest assured, these teams are still playing. We just are not going to capture. We're actually going to go on a bit of a short break here, but we should be able to come back. Hopefully, we'll have everything situated as we hop into round 2. Hello, everyone. We're back. Oopsies. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to SAC Qualifier number 2. I'm Broken Pinky, joined here by Pat, and we're just going to hop right into round 2, right after that small miscue in round 1. Apologize for that.
Yes, but we are finally here and about to watch Eggshells versus Get Your Money Up, and both of these teams have won their game 1. They're both 2-0 in round 1, and now they're facing each other in round 2. But Broken Pinky, these two teams, they know each other. They met in the previous SAC qualifier, and Eggshells won 2-0.
Yeah, and I mean, Eggshells getting that win is what put Get Your Money Up into the silver bracket. Now, granted, Get Your Money Up did win the silver bracket, but Eggshells went on to get 4th in gold bracket, so they've already established themselves, and I'd imagine Get Your Money Up wants to get a little bit of some of that redemption here in this set, and they have the chance to do just that. Winner of the set lost their spot in gold bracket. We're going to be starting on TC Inkblot.
Yeah, and the team that win this is in a very good spot to get into gold bracket. So this one is very important for both teams. Tower control on Inkblot is, I mean, it's a classic. We all know it. We all love to see it. We've seen it a million times, and you can't get bored of it.
It's the NA classic. What can I say? When you're down, you just go to TC Inkblot, and then sometimes your fears go away, and then sometimes you just get destroyed in one push. It's really the yin and yang of this game. But yeah, it's an incredibly balanced map with all the checkpoint plays. I don't need to tell you guys on TC Inkblot. We all know why it's played. We all know why we all love it. It's TC Inkblot. And it's tried and true, so both these teams are going to have a ton of practice on it, so probably going to see some pretty developed flowcharts on this map as well, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, lots of things to do, lots of things that can be done, not to see it, and it looks like okay, there was something with chat, but okay, we are going to go right in the game now.
We're getting right on into it. In round 2, ZNF Splatterscope coming out from Get Your Money Up, and we're seeing the leader coming out on the side of Eggshells here.
Yeah, very classic comp on the side of Eggshells. I love the carbon deco for Get Your Money Up. That's like extra oomph, extra moving forward. That's so good, and that can create the surprise and get so much. Eggshells, they have a range advantage with the Elite over the Zekofin, but the Zekofin has a wall and a scope, so that's not that much range advantage.
Yeah, I mean, the ZNF is so much better at playing at a faster pace, and considering both these teams have cooler, it's safe to say this match is probably going to be moving pretty quickly. BB here on the squeezer is able to barely dodge that sniper shot, and we're just in a pretty neutral state here at the beginning of the game. Get Your Money Up definitely has a more aggressive comp here, but they're kind of struggling to get set up and move forward here. Zuka is going to get is going to expire. Charger's going to go down, but 2 go down on the side of Eggshells, and this Carbon looking alive, and it looks like Get Your Money Up trying to get this push started.
And we have a 3 versus 2 right now for the tower, but Get Your Money Up, 2 players down. They're going to have to concede the tower. And right now, Eggshells moving forward, trying to get to that first checkpoint and Get Your Money Up, establishing their defense with the tactical.
Yeah, tactical. I mean, all members are sorted up right now. Crab is on the tower, though. Charger is going to go down on the side of Eggshells, but that first checkpoint is going to fall. Carbon Roller going crazy, but it's going to get taken down, but 2 go down on the side of Eggshells. This is an important one going between the Splash and the end up, and it goes in favor, but it ends up being a trade because of that Zuka assist.
Yeah, and that trade is pretty much going to end that push right now. Get Your Money Up, trying to get to the checkpoint, but gets punished immediately. Soko really establishing a great defense with the zap, and right now Get Your Money Up hasn't gotten anything, even though Eggshell has the checkpoint advantage.
Yeah, but it's still pretty early in the game. Only 2 minutes have elapsed. There's still plenty of time for a good push, and neither of these teams have really gotten a strong push, but right now Eggshells has a ton of mid control right now, forcing Get Your Money Up onto the enemy plat. Zap is going to go down. 2 are going to go down on the side of Eggshells, though, and this leader is going to get rushed down by DD most likely. Probably going to get taken down in the near future, but Never mind, Leader's able to live, finally goes down, but Eggshells is able to stall a good amount of time, and they're still pushing this tower forward.
Yeah, it's like Eggshells pushed with the numbers disadvantage, but managed to stall their own push long enough that the rest of the team could get back in. But now the tower is back into mid and get your money up. Still struggling to get past that middle of the map and getting anything going. And right now, 2 of their players are down. It's a wipeout!
Oh, that collateral snipe on the left side was insane. P-Leader doing such a great job putting on a ton of pressure, and now BB's in the enemy bats with the squeezer, holding onto that Zuka. This is a very precarious scenario for Get Your Money up here as Eggshells is approaching that second checkpoint. Squeezer picks up the pick, pops the Zuka, gets the charger as well. That's another wipeout on Get Your Money up, and this second checkpoint is surely going to fall.
Yeah, the checkpoint falls, and now there's a squeezer with an ink wall and a cooler into your base. That is not a situation you want to see yourself in that game. One, Eggshells is going to get a lot of points. They're at the third final checkpoint right now. It's 3 versus 3. Yuma is going to have to go back to spawn though. Get your money up. Salvaging that defense, they're keeping themselves alive, but with a minute and a half left in the game, they have yet to mount a single push back in Pinky.
Yeah, and Eggshells has broken all 3 checkpoints down to 12 points. Get Your Money Up hasn't broken even the welcome mat, so they have their work cut out for them. Squeezer's already on the right side, holding onto that Zuka, and the Crab is at the ready. Going to be popped by the Splash, as well as the Zuka, but the Tri-Strikes and the Zuka on the side of Get Your Money Up are going to be able to force Eggshells back onto their plat, but even still, Eggshells gets 2 very nice picks, and Get Your Money Up's push is already dissolved before it even gets to that first checkpoint.
It's like Eggshells has no trouble standing their ground, keeping things even until Get Your Money Up makes a mistake, and Eggshells, they're not moving. They have that defense on point. There's 40 seconds left and Get Your Money Up still struggling to stay on the tower.
Yeah, this is kind of their last chance to do so. Leader goes down early, though. That's a very nice Zuka shot popped out. And the Soda's on the tower. Members are spinning out. First checkpoint finally going to go down. The Zap is going to try and make their way into the bats. Soko, the enemy Zap, is going to try and hold their ground as best as possible, but the Carbon is crashing in, gets one. Soko gets the pick as a trade, and Get Your Money Up on that second checkpoint right now. This is crucial for them. It's 2 versus 2. Soko's rejoining the fight. The Zuka is going to get caught out of nowhere and get taken out, and 8 seconds left to go. The push from Get Your Money Up is over, it seems like. Only one member's on the tower, and they get taken out, and that's not going to be enough. Eggshells is going to take a very strong game 1.
Very strong indeed, Pinky, and that's just game 1. We are in a best of 3. Everything can happen. Get Your Money Up. They need to find a way to push in. They need to find a way to move forward and keep moving forward, because Eggshells, they just needed to wait for most of that game. They didn't need to do that much. At some point, Get Your Money Up had the players down and Eggshells could just move forward for free. But it's like Eggshells, we're just waiting for Get Your Money Up to come at them and get splatted, and then they could just get the ground for free.
Yeah, I think the big difference in their quality of pushes was their ability to push around the tower and move and position around the tower. Eggshells did a great job of moving in front of it, moving where the tower wanted to go, whereas Get Your Money Up was a little bit too slow, caught out behind the tower, and that just meant that they were getting stranded from each other and getting staggered slowly but surely, and they just never were able to substantiate a good push. So very well done to Eggshells here in game 1, on the verge of winning the set, and we're going to go on to game 2 on Rainmaker Undertow.
Yeah, Rainmaker Undertow, and much faster map. It's the kind of map mode where an Eliter is not as good as a pick, and that slow, ultra strong defense that Eggshell had, if it's broken once, the other team can score so many points. So I feel like Eggshells, even though they won commandingly that game 1, they kind of need to change their strategy, because I don't see it working in Undertow Speedway.
Yeah, I could definitely see Eggshells changing up their comp a little bit, and they do have some pretty deep pockets. Red, who is that leader player, does have a scoped V charger at the ready, so they might be able to make that switch, and they probably will, especially with that Ink Vac to help just push the Rainmaker as far as possible. You might see Ink Vac coming up on the side to Get Your Money Up as well, so I don't know. Both these teams are definitely capable of adapting, but Get Your Money Up is going to have to adapt sincerely if they wish to take this set.
Yeah, and here we go. Let's see how the teams adapt and try to take it. And Eggshells looking to seal the deal. If they win this one, they are two up in their pool. And right now, both teams bringing the V-Chargers go. Not surprised. I mean, the vacuum has become better and better, especially for Rainmaker.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams running near identical comps. The only difference is that instead of the second splatter shot, Get Your Money Up has that squeezer, and BB got a ton of value on it last game, so it's easy to see why. Both these teams already have Soda down, I believe, yeah, on the field, getting themselves juiced up for this opening team fight, but neither of them really wants to overcommit. The Zap is the first to fall on the side of Get Your Money Up, but Zuka is popped. He gets the pick on the shot as well, trying to find the pick on Didi, but Didi is able to escape. Yuma is just going to be chilling around here, but goes down to the suction bomb on the teammate's wall, and this is exactly what Eggshells needs to get a lot of control in the mid of the map.
Yeah, and Eggshells already trying to advance forward, but right now they have two players down. They have to move back, go back to the defense. Both teams get a bit of advantage, but immediately lose their players. Getting past mid on this map mode is like what you need, and you need to take your time to be sure that you can bring the Rainmaker to the checkpoint.
Absolutely. Eggshells first to grab this Rainmaker. Inkback is popped. It is going to be filled up a little early and going to be forced to shoot. Zuka is hunting for this Rainmaker, and they're going to course correct, go for this right side checkpoint. Didi is holding onto this Rainmaker. Actually, no, I believe it's Get Your Money Up holding onto this Rainmaker right now.
Yeah.
Trying to make their way right, but just so much pressure being exerted on Get Your Money Up right now. Opting to go left once again with two members down on the side of Eggshells. This is almost surely going to be a checkpoint if Didi can paint the checkpoint.
The vacuum! Oh!
It's not enough.
Okay, the vacuum is not going to be able to deny the checkpoint for Get Your Money Up. Get Your Money Up. Getting that checkpoint early is very, very good. Eggshells, they're going to have to grab back and get back in there. But with 3 minutes left, they have the time to get back in. But that was a pretty nice, clean push for Get Your Money Up.
Yeah, definitely clean push to that first checkpoint, but on this map, you want so much more. It's very easy for things to snowball out of control as you go to the 20-point marker. Yuma gets a nice pick on the enemy splatter shot. You're going to slow down that Zuka supply just a little bit and pop. And now Get Your Money Up popping their own Zuka here. Not going to get any picks, but just putting on as much pressure as possible and trying to stall the clock because they have the lead right now. They have all the time in the world to burn, and the pressure's on Eggshells if they want to get a push started.
Yeah, Got Your Money Up. No need to move forward. Eggshells, 4 players for themselves, and they have 2 specials at the ready. They're going to grab the Rainmaker, and they're going to attack. The Tacticular is good for Get Your Money Up, and the Rainmaker got instantly denied. Is this the same Eggshells team that we saw in game 1? It looks like Get Your Money Up. He's the solid team this time.
Yeah, Get Your Money Up definitely evolved coming into this game too. I don't know what it is. Maybe the second splatter shot was the secret sauce they needed all along, but they're doing phenomenally so far. 2 minutes left on the clock, and Eggshells has not even scored a point, but that's probably going to change with this ink vac being popped from P Leader. Gonna absorb the Zuka. Not quite though. The Zuka gets a double. I think right as the vac suction period ends off, the Zuka gets a double. Charger gets another pick as well on the side to Get Your Money Up, and now they have the Rainmaker once again pushing on this left side.
Yeah, pushing on. Eggshells is already on the defense though, and is going to punish with Bazooka, and Bazooka is going to get the Rainmaker and pretty much all of the team. Eggshells, they keep themselves alive, they keep themselves in this game. They just need the checkpoint and 1 extra point, but that's a huge deal, and right now there's about just a minute left for them to do that.
Yeah, but right now they're making this charge on this left side. Still not in point getting territory yet, but so close. But 2 go down. Vacshot's going to get the assist as well, and that push is just going to disintegrate before it can even get substantiated. 55 seconds left on the clock, and Get Your Money Up is in a commanding position in this game too.
Eggshells have only scored 4 points. Get Your Money Up in full control, and we have 40 seconds left. So Get Your Money Up, they take their time, they let the Rainmaker reset, and it's on Eggshells to try to get that pop, to try to get things going, but it's not going, Pinky!
The Zuka gets a double, the shot gets a triple here, and this Rainmaker is getting even more points, down to 35, and it's just all falling apart for Eggshells right now. We thought it'd be an easy 2-0 for them, but Get Your Money Up really stepped their game up in this game too. 13 seconds left. It's gonna have to be an overtime miracle if Eggshells wishes to win this game. P Leader is gonna be grabbing the Rainmaker. That means no ink back for the duration of this game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to overtime, and the Zap is already down. This is not boding well.
Ooh, and 2 players down. It's just the Squeezer to export. I mean, it's just the Rainmaker. It's just the Rainmaker hanging for dear love. It's not going to be enough. And Pinky, we have a game 3.
We have a game 3. Get Your Money Up doing a little bit better than this last time, but the job is not quite finished if they want to vanquish their demons of Tournament 1 past and make it onto that gold bracket guaranteed.
Well, it was a great way to revert the momentum, put themselves there, and both of these teams are going to decide who is going to get that win on Clan Blitz, on Scorch Gorge.
Yeah, game 3. It's going to be Clan Blitz Scorch Gorge, which personally is not one of my most favorite maps, but I understand that a lot of people are a big fan of this one. It really does just come down to can you muscle your way through that ramp, but both these teams have shown capable of running ink back, so maybe they'll use that as a way to brute force their way through. I don't know.
Yeah, as you said, I wonder what if the teams are going to bring the ink back, because having an Eliter for extra range on this map is pretty much an asset, and having the Zekofin that can put a tri-strike and completely deny the ramp and the basket area for the other team, it's pretty good too. So like lots of options for backlines and lots of options to what could happen. Also, will the carbon come by? Lots of things could come by, and can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I think the team that's going to hold control better here is going to have a massive advantage and Get Your Money Up. If they're not running that carbon, if they're running the same comp from the last game, they're definitely going to have better paint compared to the squeezer that Eggshells has been rocking in the first 2 games of the set. So that could be a huge asset just in all aspects of map control here.
Yep, and we'll see just that. And both of these teams, honestly, have been pretty even. Each has had their game where they dominated. And Clan Blitz is a different beast. Clan Blitz, you have to control the whole map differently. And really, it's really down between these teams of how do you play this exact map mode, how do you play this comp. So it's going to be decided right before our eyes right now. No change on the side of Get Your Money Up, and no change on the side of Eggshells, except for the Eliter coming back.
Eggshells bringing back that P Leader that won them game 1, and Get Your Money Up bringing back that Inkvac Splatterscope that won them in that game too. So both these teams going with what they know, what they've been able to succeed with, and bringing it to this final frontier as we enter the first neutral state of Clan Blitz match.
Yeah, and here we go. It looks like Get Your Money Up is going to get that first pick, but that pick is easily answered by Eggshells, and Eggshells right now 4 versus 2. They just need a few more clams to make a ball, and they are ready to score. Ooh, wait, no. Nope.
They would have been, but a few of their members went down on the ramp, and they lost a lot of their clams to Get Your Money Up right there. Mars going to try and get this pick on the squeezer, which is, flirting with the possibility of flank. Zuka's going to pop and get 1, though. And this defense of Get Your Money Up is starting to crumble a little bit. Inkvac is at the ready. 2 members down on the side of Eggshells, though. That's probably going to spell the end of their push for now. But all this map is painted in Eggshells color, and Get Your Money Up has to be careful with how they proceed.
Yep, and we are back to the fight for mid between these 2 teams. Pretty even so far. Oh, a pick on the Eliter is going to be very, very good for Get Your Money Up. Get Your Money Up with Bazooka onto the ramp. They are getting there, but they need to make a ball. Everybody has clams on their side, but they need to share. Well, ball is made, and Get Your Money Up is going to open the score.
Yeah, but they didn't get any other clams, and on that follow-up, this Charger is going to get the pick on the squeezer. That is massive, but they're not going to get any more clams in on this bout. Push is going to be stopped at 80 points, but still getting that first basket break is a huge boost of confidence, and Get Your Money Up still has a ton of map control. Charger gets 2 quick ones on the enemy ramp, and that's almost assuredly going to open the way for a second push here if Get Your Money Up plays their cards right.
Yeah, especially with the ink vacuum, that's guaranteed protection against the deluge of bombs that are coming. And but Yuma's able to survive this. That's going to be a short-lived push again. Just the super clams. Get your money up. They just got 30 points off of these two pushes. And now Eggshells is in control of mid.
Yeah, and even more than that, they're in control. They're starting to get control of the enemy ramp. Zuka gets a collateral double kill. BB Zuka has been on point this whole set, and that's going to lead to Eggshells getting their first score. BB breaks the basket, but they don't have many clams for the follow-up. 1 point away from the lead. There's so many clams in front of them. They just have to grab one and throw it into the basket, and Eggshells takes the lead, get a few more points of extra credit down to 50, and they are still existing in the enemy plat, putting on a ton of pressure and being so difficult to take down.
Yeah, Eggshells able to do what Get Your Money Up couldn't. Stay under the basket and keep scoring more clams, but they pay it with a wipeout. That means Get Your Money Up. We'll be back on the attack right away, and Eggshells, they have to defend now. They don't have any specials for themselves while Get Your Money Up. They can just attack as much as they want.
I mean, they need to attack even more than they want. A minute and 45 seconds left in this game. They do not have the lead, but they have a ton of resources. The clam economy is absolutely in their favor. DD's going to be flirting in front of this basket. Two members go down the side of Eggshells. Another ink bag is at the ready. And the power claim makes its way into the basket. All these clams are being scored. That's going to be the lead, switching back over to Get Your Money Up, and they're still getting more clams. This basket is still open. Get Your Money Up finally getting a strong push.
A very strong push indeed. They're just like a few clams away, 6 clams away from the KO, but Eggshells finally in position with Pilita making sure that nobody can get to the basket. There's about a minute for Eggshells to get back into this game, but right now, Get Your Money Up. They can breathe a bit because they are winning.
Yeah, but as they say, it's not over till it's over. Eggshells is still fighting for all they have. BB popping the Zuka once again, trying to get some picks behind that snipe area. Not able to do it, though. Gonna try and set up on this top mid with the splash wall. But it's just Get Your Money Up is setting up for total defense right now. Zuka is going to be popped by one of their splatter shots. And it gets the pick on the leader. And it gets the pick on the end zap. Ara does an amazing job with that. Zuka coming in for the assist on the teammate. And now Get Your Money Up has a ton of control in mid. Thoroughly, Eggshells have been pushed out, and that power claim is probably going to be left to die.
Yeah, they have mid, and they don't even need to push. They just need to paint mid orange. And Eggshells, they are going to have to use all of their special just to get back into mid, just to get a few clams. And anywhere near their basket right now. Get Your Money Up have 2 down, though, so Eggshells have an opportunity to push. If they're able to take the opportunity, take that control, they have to go in right now with all the clams that they have. It's overtime and they get the opening, Pinky.
But the vacuum is going to stop it cold. 2 go down immediately. The Zap is still there fighting. Soko trying to make something happen, but the basket is going to close. Soko goes down, and Get Your Money Up does it, getting revenge and taking the set 2-1.
What a comeback. A comeback by Get Your Money Up. They were down 1-0. And that game 3 was not easy for them. That was an awesome round to watch.
Yeah, dude, that was a monster push by Get Your Money Up. In response to the monster push that Eggshells had,
yeah,
they so much pressure. These two teams played absolutely incredibly in this set. Kudos to Get Your Money Up. They made the adaptations they needed to from last tournament to this one, and they were able to take the set, and now they're up 2-0 in the group stage standings.
Yeah, congratulations to them, but the group is not over. There will be a round 3, and we will watch probably different teams for the round 3 right after this short break.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in just a bit.
And welcome, this is the final round of the group stage here in ACC Season 8 Tournament Qualifying 2. I am back again with Pinky. Pinky, we are about to watch the end of the groups. Are you ready?
I am ready. We're going to get right into the set between Velvet Sky and Jelly Squids here to decide. I'm pretty sure the set is just for seeding. Both these teams are going to be likely playing in the silver bracket, but a little bit of a grudge match, a little bit of a for fun match, and again, to see who's going to get that nice seeding and to potentially take that silver bracket.
Yeah, both of these teams are down 2 rounds right now, so we'll see which is able. I'd say I'd give a bit of an edge to Jelly Squids because they're an old team. They've played together for years now. And in these tense situations where you feel kind of down, that's really an extra, and that can give you like the will to keep playing.
Yeah, I mean, Jelly Squid stuck with each other through a lot. There was just a massive meme that they would always just be stuck in low ink, and then they just popped off getting second at one of the SOSs not too long ago. So, or no, I think of Galaxy Squid, sorry. But yeah, Jelly Squid's also just kind of exploded in terms of skill and just climbed the divisions really quickly recently. So, good to them.
Yeah, good for them, and we'll see if they're able to get it, at least get the good seed for the bracket here in this round 3 of the group stage. And thank you if you are just joining us. This is SAC Qualifier 2 third round of groups.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just gonna decide who's gonna get that nice beautiful seating. And after this, we will be watching some gold bracket sets with some new commentators, and that's where the real tense stuff happens, where the real scores are settled, if you will.
Oh yeah, can't wait to watch it, and we'll see that very soon. Okay, our players are getting in the lobby, so we'll start by zones on Ship Cargo Company.
I love this map.
Yeah,
I love this map. Oh man, I was so sad before Drizzle season started. I was like, man, the only map in this game I actually like is Museum. And they introduced Ship Shape and Crab Leg, and I'm like, this game is amazing again.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on these maps because I feel like they're very open, and you really have like once if the other team manages to take control of the center area, getting back in there if they have the range, if they have Zuka at the ready, really demands a lot from your team and demands a lot of risk. And I find it hard to get back in there. So, but it's other than that, I really find it to be a very, very fun map mode.
Yeah, I mean it's fun to move around, and even then on Ship Shape specifically, you have that sort of right side area, which gives you a nice ledge to poke with a charger, gives you a good amount of cover, well, not necessarily cover, but gives you a nice lower area to fight in, and that wall that you can climb up to sort of get back into the action. So. Always look forward to seeing this map. Looking forward to see it as we get into the first game of the final set of the group stage here between Jelly Squids and Velvet Sky.
Yes, and here we go. Oh, Jelly Squids bringing the Hydra and the Forge. That's double Booyah Bomb. I like it. I have to respect that. And meanwhile, Velvet Sky with the Zekofin Scope. That's a bit more of a classic comp, and it looks like it's working for them. They take the zone right away.
I mean, yeah, it takes a lot of cojones to pull out the Hydra Splatling at this level of gameplay here, but Mark's just going to be setting up on this right side of the map here. Already close to that Booyah Bomb. Slosher is going to be coming right for them, though. Peeking over that ledge, gets that pick. Beautifully done by Icy there, and the rest of the teammates of Jelly Squids are going to try and come in for the assist, but this bucket just being ever elusive. Booyah Bomb is going to come out from the Forge Pro, but Velvet Sky is still going to be the ones to get the cap, and they're starting to move forward just a little bit. They have a solid numbers advantage as well.
Yeah, it looks like Velvet Sky is getting the moves, and right now they are advancing ahead of the zone with the bucket and looking to get a few extra picks. That's going to work, and right now Velvet Sky they took the lead, and they're looking to get a very, very nice lead indeed for themselves.
Yeah, they have a good amount of control on the zone. Ends up popping Tactical Cooler pretty far back, but Charger is able to grab that soda, and this Buck is probably going to be jumping in and grabbing their own, helping with Tactical Cooler. Zap gets a trade, but that is going to favor Velvet Sky because of that respawn timer. And Jelly Squids only has 2 members alive, and that Hydra is going to take a long time to get back into the action. Wipers is trying to contest the zone however possible, still is able to fight down there and make it alive, but finally gets taken down. And at this point, below 15 zone points away from this knockout, and this is not looking great for Jelly Squids.
But it's 2v2 right now, and they need to paint, but Velvet Sky is keeping... Oh, wait! The Tri-Stack is going to support, and that's going to be enough for Velvet Sky to get that game number 1.
Yeah, just able to firmly lock away that zone, just get as much pain as possible, and even during the contestment, as you said, Pat, those Tri-Strikes were popped at just the right time to make sure that zone stayed capped all the way till the knockouts.
I'm sad, Pinky. The Hydra didn't work.
My heart is broken.
Yes. I'm so sad, but the Hydra will get another chance on tower control Manta. Come on.
Run it back, run it back, run it back. If you're
Come
real,
on.
run it back.
You can do it.
I believe in you.
Yes.
Let our powers combine. Like the Kamehameha or something, I don't know.
I mean, that Booyah Bomb gives you the tower for free. Like, you can stop the tower whenever you want, and that's an extra set of safety. And honestly, on Manta Maria, Splatlings are so good, because if you're able to put a Splatling on top of the enemy bunker, you have so much control instantly. And if Jelly Squid just manage to set that in place, they make a lot of points very, very, very fast.
Yeah, I mean, Splatlings are just able to set up in so many places of the map and be so threatening, whether it's your own bunker, whether it's on maps, whether it's on the enemy plat, whether it's on the enemy bunker. There's pretty much nowhere you can stand that you won't have an impact. Like, anywhere you stand, you're going to have a significant impact. And, I mean, Mark being a Splatling player is certainly going to have a fun time on this map.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it, but yeah, this is the fight. Will Jelly Squid be able to get the comeback, or will Velvet Sky find their way to win this in a commanding 2-0? That's what we're about to know now.
Yeah, Velvet Sky is on the verge of taking the set. Jelly Squids, the onus is a little bit on them to make that adaptation, to make that adjustment, as we hopefully shortly head into the game 2, where I guess scores will potentially be settled.
Yes, score will be settled, and we'll see.
Well, we'll see. These teams are certainly thinking with each other about what they want to do, how they want to approach this game. And you know what? In this scenario, I would want to take some time to think about it, make sure I'm really ready with what I want to go with.
Lots could happen, and Velvet Sky, right now they've shown us that that ability to move forward, to take the zone, to take control, and really punish that Splatling. And it's honestly that Slusher Icy has really jumping at the Splatling and showing us what they can do. And here we go, we'll see what they're able to do. And ooh, that's a blaster on the side of Velvet Sky. Meanwhile, Jelly Squids ditching the Forge Pro for an extra splatter shot, and ditching the Hydra for a heavy Splatling.
Yeah, sadly there's no more Hydra Splatling. Both these teams are rocking a Splatling, being the ballpoint and heavy respectively. I am a big fan of this blaster pick on the side of Velvet Sky. Blaster does go down immediately though, but that ability to get that big bubbler on tower is super nice, and the blaster has comeback, which is going to give them a little bit extra special charge on the respawn, which is super helpful to get as many bubbles as possible. Right now, Jelly Squids is the first to ride the tower, but they do not have the numbers advantage at all, so it's probably going to be a short-lived push until the members respawn.
Yep, and it looks like Velvet Sky is gonna take control. Right now it's 3 versus 2, and they are looking to maybe get that attack. But Mark, with the heavy on top of Mask, there's so much impact that you can have from there, and there's a view on the whole map. But Okay, Mark is going to have to move back now.
Yeah, Mark forced to retreat because, I mean, pretty much everyone from Velvet Sky was directly underneath them. Not much you can do in that situation. You are pretty compromised. Muddy here is going to be building up this Zuka here for Jelly Squids. Probably going to pop it at some point, just trying to corral Velvet Sky away from the tower. Gets the assist on 1, 2 on the side of Velvet Sky, go down, and they get the they get the pick on the end zap. Inkjet is going to be recalling though, but that is probably going to be an easy first checkpoint broken for Jelly Squids, and that ballpoint is going to go down. Delayed wipe to seal the deal.
Yeah, and Jelly Squids are getting in, and right now, that's a very nice checkpoint 1, and they're looking to get a checkpoint 2, but Ultra Stomp is going to keep getting both picks. Right now, the tower is stuck at the checkpoint, and they're going to get past it.
Yeah, Icy's going to pop the Tacticooler, gets a beautiful pick. That's exactly what Velvet Sky needs. But Jelly Squids gets the first 2 checkpoints. They do get wiped out, though. That is exactly what Velvet Sky needs, and they are quickly taking control of middle of the map, building up as many points to their specials as possible. I think the Zap and the Blaster are about halfway there, and both of those specials will be instrumental in this in their first push here.
Yeah, and the Zuka is already starting to come. Not getting... Oh, yes, getting 1 pick. And that's going to allow Velvet Squid to at least move a bit forward. They got that checkpoint 1, and now they're looking to get that checkpoint 2 and get back into the game. Velvet Sky is on the attack right now, and they look very strong around that tower.
Yeah, and that's going to be the lead going to Velvet Sky. Going away from Jelly Squids. The ballpoint goes down, though, and the end zap as well. 2 are dead. Zuka is going to be paused by Sodaka. I don't think it got a pick. Yeah, Soda is just going to opt to jump out and save the respawn timer as much as possible. Velvet Sky's push is going to end at 35. They got a few more points worth of lead, but this lead is absolutely within Jelly Squid's grasp, so it's going to come down to how these last few minutes play out. Zuka immediately gets a pick from Muddy, but they do read the direction wrong. Icy is able to get the jump on them, and that's going to be Velvet Sky holding a strong defense right now.
Yeah, and right now it's like just a fight for mid, and that fight is getting kind of won by Velvet Sky, but Mark, again with a heavy, keeping the team steady and allowing the rest of Jelly Squid to stay in the game. Mark is going to flank with the heavy Splatling, get behind and try to get things going. That's a nice pick, and that's almost a second, yes, that's a second pick. And right now Jelly Squid in a very, very good position to get another attack.
Yeah, 3 are down on the side of Velvet Sky. This is exactly what they need. They have the Tri-Strikes and the Zuka at the ready. Tri-Strikes are going to be popped right now. Wavebreaker is going to be popped on the enemy bunker. And there's no checkpoint to go through. Just 8 points away from this lead. 1 goes down. It's 2 down on the side of Jelly Squids. Can they survive on tower? 37, 36. Can the shot touch tower? They cannot. They're too far away. Nate's already pushing it away with the blaster. Just the pick on Muddy remains, but Muddy is still alive. Teammates are jumping it, but they go down. The jumps are almost certainly going to be caught, and that's going to be the push. Tragically ending 1 point short of the lead.
1 point short, but there's a minute left for Jelly Squid to get 1 single point if they want to stay, to keep themselves alive in that round. But Velvet Sky right now, they just need to stay in mid to defeat anything Jelly Squid could do. But Velvet Sky, they're trying to push further to get extra points. They're paying dearly for it. They're losing players, and Jelly Squid is going to get an extra push to get an extra few picks. And right now they're pushing Velvet Sky away, and they are able to get that push that they want. They have 20 seconds to get it though.
Yeah, oh, NATO drops down at the wrong time. He gets caught by the Fizzy Bomb and the Blaster. Blaster gets another assist right there. That's 3 dead on the side of Jelly Squids, and it looks like Velvet Sky is going to hold on for just long enough. 3, 2, 1, and done. Velvet Sky takes the set 2-0 over Jelly Squids by the slimmest of margins.
By just 1 point, Velvet Sky gets the 2-0, and that's going to be the end of this groups. We're now going to see the brackets, and Inky, that was kind of awesome.
That was pretty awesome. That was a very fun block, and yeah, we're seeing now most of these sets are ending, and most of the standings are set in stone. I don't know if we're going to be looking at them, but yeah, Velvet Sky takes it 2-0 over Jelly Squids. Is able to give themselves a little better seating down in that silver bracket. And yeah, I believe we have some sort of resemblance of a bracket on our hands.
Yes, congratulations to all of these teams. And I'm not sure because we have 20 teams, so I think I don't know if we go directly to top 8 or if there's a top 16.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not the one who does the bracket. I just talking to the microphone to be
Yeah,
give it $100. I just say words and spread influence. But I believe our time to say words and spread influence has concluded.
Oh
That's
yeah.
gonna be all from Pat and myself. We're gonna get a new set of commentators as we head into bracket. But before we sign off, Pat, where can we find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at PatAutumn with underscores in between. And Pinky, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at brokenpinky_, where I just say all kinds of random things for no real reason. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching the group stage of SEC. We'll be back in just a minute with the bracket stage. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to SAC Qualifier number 2. I am Broken Pinky, joined here by Pat, and surprise, we're still on the mic for one more set.
Yeah, because there are 20 teams in this tournament, that means we have 10 teams into the gold bracket, and that means we have a round of 16, a small round of 16 to start it, and we're going to see Stratus and Mirror Illusion trying to qualify for top 8. They both went 2-1 in their groups, and now I guess we are looking to secure that spot into the rest of the bracket.
Yeah, we have 6 of our top 8 already set, with them getting a bye, and then the last lot's going to come down to Stratus versus Mirror Illusion, and then Eggshells versus Breakdown. And we're watching one such set, and it's going to be starting off right quick on Clamlet's Mako Mart.
Yeah, and Pinky, both of these teams, last qualifier, they got to this exact point and they failed. So today one team will get a repeat of in terms of performance, and the other will get a bit more, will advance a bit more and get a few extra points, because like points in the gold bracket, they count. Like the taking rounds is always good if you want to qualify.
Yeah, every little bit helps as we, move on throughout the season. Season is still early, of course, but you want to get as many points as possible to make it into that final top 12 in that final week. But yeah, starting things off on Clamlet's Mako Mart, another very tried and true map in both Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3. Because it's interesting because the baskets are really close to each other and they're really close to like mid. It's a pretty short distance. But because of that, and because of the defensive options on this map, I feel like you rarely see it knock out because there's just so many places to defend from, and there's such an incentive to defend.
Yeah, and especially you see a lot of back and forth. I don't think it's going to be decided by one push. It could be decided by one push if one team really gets the upper hand, manages to take full control, but most likely than not, both teams are going to take the basket, are going to take control, are going to lose players, and are going to have to concede a large part of the map. And that map being so small, if like a counter push goes so fast on here, and like there's going to be back and forth between these two teams.
Absolutely. I mean, especially with both these teams. Seeming to be pretty evenly matched as we head into this first set of top 16. Especially on Mako Mart, though, I do expect to see at least a few buckets and maybe even some blasters. I think if there's one stage that you would drop ends up for Tri-Nuvo, I think this is the stage you would do it. So if these teams feel like doing it, then we might see some Tri-Nuvo action, which would definitely make me happy.
Yeah, for sure, lots of action. And I mean, this Clam Blitz on Mako is going to be a pretty different game than the other two that could happen in this set, because the map is so much smaller. They are so much different in elevation. Like on Hagerfish and Shipshape, you have like much wider open spaces where you want to activate your backline, your Zuka, your Crab Tank. On Mako Mart, you have the opportunity to get the cheeky plays with the brushes, the sloshers, the blasters. And it's like, if your team profits from that, you really want to take that round one. So you can like get that extra point, because the other two maps are much more open.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, Mako Mart is a lot more claustrophobic when compared to Hagglefish and Shipshape, with Hagglefish, of course, being much longer horizontally and Shipshape being much wider on the sides. So definitely looking forward to the set. We have a pretty varied array of maps here, so we can test these teams in a lot of situations, assuming, of course, we go to that Game 3. But before we go to Game 3, we must, of course, start things on Game 1, so looking forward to see these teams lock in their weapon picks and see exactly what we got going on. And we're going to get right to it.
Yes, and here we are. Here we go. This is just game 1 in the gold bracket, and here we see Mirror Illusions going with the Rapid Blaster. Meanwhile, Stratus with both the Tetris and the Carbon. That's looking to be pretty aggro.
Stratus running a very, I'm going to say it, weird comp. I don't see Tetra and Carbon being paired all too often, especially not in this meta. So it's really going to come down to can the Zap and Ballpoint paint enough to get them in, and can the Tetris provide enough of a distraction to let the Carbon come in. Tetris, I believe, get that nice pick on the ends up. Carbon goes down, Shot goes down. Rapid Deco on Mirror Illusion is also an interesting pick, but it's going to be the last player left alive. And Stratus immediately gets a power claim into the basket and immediately gets some of that score on. Seekin has 4 clams to score as well. And that's going to be a solid opening lead for Stratus.
Solid opening lead, but just 13, well, just 16 points in that opening, and right now it's on Mirror Illusion to really take that control, take that space that Stratus has given them. They have a Super Clam already, and with Bazooka they're going to try to get an opening of their own, but oh, there's a pick on the Super Clam, and right now Stratus are already back on the attack, and look at that Weem, not wasting any time with a Carbon.
Yeah, absolutely not. Weem is ready to get to business with his Carbon, but they do get caught out by Phantom on the enemy stack, and Mirror Illusion has a ton of control right now, a ton of members alive. The Inkjet player is the one with the power claim, though, as they pop it. A bit of a miscue. That's going to delay their push for quite a bit, and this is a golden opportunity to push. Inari's finally going to recall and going to get that power claim into the basket, but if they toss it around, it could have been much better, but they still get the lead all the same, down to 60 points, and they have more clams to score.
Yeah, that's a delay, but that Inkjet got them so much in terms of numbers advantage that right now they're scoring a lot, and we are down to 28 and counting. They are still on the attack, and Bazooka is going to give extra cover. 2 down for Stratus, and Mirror Illusion is going to get your KO.
The Dark Masters worship the Dark Arts and get that power clam jump right into the basket, and Stratus, even in spite of their much more aggressive team comp, kind of just gets bowled over by all of the pressure Mirror Illusion was putting on in that beautiful 100-0 push.
Yeah, I feel like Stratus was really going for a glass cannon strategy. If their Carbon and their Tetras were able to get the picks, they could move forward a lot. But otherwise, Mirror Illusion, they were getting the advantage overall. And unless like Stratus were able to really get that extra pick that would allow them to get a huge advantage, like Mirror Illusion, once they were in position defending the opponent's basket with all the control and all the clams, that was the first game.
Yeah, that is just the first game. Very quickly going in favor of Mirror Illusion. They were just able to have such a thorough and layered control of the enemy territory. And as we go on to game 2 on Hagglefish Zones, having a layered offense is going to be an absolute godsend on this map, because my goodness, can it be so difficult to break out of your own plats.
Yeah, so difficult, but this is where the ball points are going to be pretty important, that range, and of course bazookas are going to be important too, but it's really that constant range that allows you to keep the opponent at bay. And if you're able to paint over the zone, you can, every neutral moment is going to be in your favor.
Yeah, but here we go. Game 2 on Paint the Square Simulator. Inari's going to be switching over to that V-Rapid with the Tri-Strikes, and Stratus is going to be sticking with the same comp. So Mirror Illusion sticking with almost the same comp, just swapping out the shade of that Rapid Blaster. But Stratus just going to try and stick with what they know, maybe get some of that Resetter Zones cheese, as we all know and love.
Yeah, and Mirror Illusion getting the first zone already, and Tacticular are coming on both sides. The Inkjet is stopped by Ranger. Ranger trying to get a few picks, and that's very nice indeed. The Bazookas are going to answer to it though. Penalties applied, and both teams are back to it, back to the drawing board. It's just the Tetras left standing on the side of Stratus second, able to at least capture the zone, but that's going to be short-lived. And Mirror Illusion back on the attack, ahead of the zone and scoring points.
Yeah, and I mean, this shot player is incredibly close to getting that Zuka, and that Zuka is going to be phenomenal on this map. Not a lot of places you can stand. Already going on the hunt for Weem and Seekin and Cloud are both being clumped up. Zuka does not manage to get any picks, but is able to just corral Stratus away from each other. Rapid gets taken out. Trade goes down.
Minty.
Tetris go down early. Minty going insane. Trying for the triple. Gets the assist on the Carbon, but that's all that Mirror Illusion needs right now. 40 points left on the clock, and Minty on this 52 gal put in incredible work up against Stratus here.
Yeah, Stratus, they had to come back from their spawn. The Reef Slider was not able to capture the zone, but finally Stratus are able to get the advantage. Cooler is ready. I guess they're going to pop it if they want to get forward ahead, because if you don't take control ahead of the zone, you're not gonna keep it long.
Yeah,
right
but
now
Stratus,
they're doing just that.
Stratus is doing exactly that. Only 2 members alive on Mirror Illusion. Zuka is ready, as is the Tacticaler, but Resider is going to be crashing right in. The Tactical player trying to stall as much time as possible. Gets taken down, but here comes the Carbon, comes in, gets the trade on the shot, and that shot's going to be respawning with Cooler, but this lead is very close to switching over to the side of Stratus. Minty is going to try and make something happen on this right side here with the 52 gal. Gets one pick on the ball point, trying to paint the zone. It's stopped 27. Minty barely able to get the cap with the tri-strikes, and Mirror Illusion holds on to the lead.
A lead by 0 points. They got it to 26, but you have to get it to 25. You need to take that lead if you want to have it. And Mirror Illusions, they keep themselves ahead by a hair, but they're getting rid of their penalty. That lead doesn't matter as much if they get extra points, but Stratus and Ranger with that ballpoint and with that inkjet able to really get the picks, and Stratus is back in control and looking to get rid of their penalty themselves.
Yeah, that was a beautiful inkjet double with Ranger, and now Stratus on the verge of taking the lead once again. Only about 25 timer takes away from their penalty being evaporated, and the Reef Slider is already coming in, trying to put in more damage. The Carbon is coming in right behind. It is located, forced to retreat a little bit. Here come the tri-strikes once again, and the whale from the 52 gal. Minty's going to be painting the zone. Carbon just cannot do it, goes down to the Zuka, and once again the zone is going to be contested and taken by Mirror Illusion, and the Rabbit's able to get the pick on Seekin to seal the deal, but this team fight is still not won yet.
Stratus twice now was so close to getting that lead, but Mirror Illusion just a little bit more solid and able to keep and capture that zone just one more time. And now they're getting rid. There's almost no penalty because both of these teams have been chipping at their own penalty so much. And right now Stratus, they're just one player up, and Mirror Illusion, they are so far up, just looking to get that extra pick, and that's looking like a KO, Pinky.
Yeah, Minty's going to get the double, going to try and get the triple. Not able to get the pick on Wayne, but regardless, Mirror Illusion Dark Masters takes the set 2-0 over Stratus, and they're going to be moving on into top 8 with a beautifully executed game 2.
Yes, congratulations on the Dark Masters. They are advancing and improving their results compared to last qualifier. Congratulations to them, but Pinky, I think this is the end for us for real this time.
This time for sure, yeah, we're going to be bowing out. We're going to be making way for some new commentators, but yeah, this was a great time. This was a great set. Thank you all so much for watching, but we will be throwing it over to J-Man and Toma for top 8. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Have a great day.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to SAC Qualifier 2. We're getting here in round 2 of the gold bracket. My name is Toma. I'm going to be one of your commentators today, and I'm joined by J-Man. How are you doing?
I am doing quite well, Toma. Obviously, it's been a pretty crazy tournament so far. Obviously, with Ludi coming out, a lot of the things with SAC has changed. Some of the teams that people may have seen before obviously are not available anymore as they were over the skill cap, but we've also had other situations where this has allowed other teams to come in through SAC and participate in this tournament. We're going to be bringing quite a very nice match here, Toma, going into our top 8 now at this point, if I'm looking at the bracket correctly, for this tournament. We're going to be seeing Unlimited Woomy United versus GlitchFlow.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see this match. GlitchFlow, you know, a little bit of a, not going to say new team, but on the newer they are, you know, pick up here with Sicarus. I'm probably going to butcher this name. J.E. I know that they're both on Free Flow. And of course, Inbound, an iconic player with that tri-stringer action that we see coming out again. And Splat as well. This is going to be a huge moment for them to be, you know, putting their name in the pot here in the SAC. They've made it to gold bracket. They put on an excellent performance today. Tell me, what do we know about Uwu?
Uwu, I mean, right off the bat, I see Axiom's name, and that's just a name I immediately recognize. A fantastic Tetradually player, a Splatoon Stamper player. One of those players who really is going to cause you a lot of problems early. But what's interesting is the Unlimited Woomy United really doesn't run a conventional back line. They actually, through Nothing V, actually prefer to run that custom Jet Splutcher, which we've seen other players, of course, Toma use in the past. Of course, Double O Bronze, one of them that comes to mind, a custom Jet Splutcher player as well. But additionally, in Nothing V's kit, we also have the Rapid Throw Deco, which is something you don't really see too often. But it can make for a very interesting comp depending on what they play here. And let's not forget, of course, they do have a roller player in the form of Uwuzi, who is going to be rocking that Flings a roller. So definitely something that GlitchFlow is going to have to be looking out for as we get into our first game, Toma.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be looking out for that. Lots of cool, interesting weapons that we may be seeing here. You know, I mentioned that Tri-Stringer as well as a bit of an unconventional pick, especially at this level, but we see Inbound rocking it time and time again. And we're going to be starting out on Rainmaker Scorch Gorge. J-Man, tell me kind of a little bit about the strategy on this map, what we might be seeing from both of these teams coming out, and what parts of the map you kind of want to look out for.
The big thing you obviously play all the time on Rainmaker Scorch Gorge, obviously that pedestal that's right up the ramp is the one that everybody's going to go to. And to really take that pedestal, Toma, obviously you need some pure unadulterated aggression. You need to be able to push up to your enemy's plat. You need to be able to push toward their cage area to really make your Rainmaker pushes effective on this map. Obviously, you do have the great side if you wish to go over that, but obviously longer range weapons kind of prefer to play along that side to catch anybody who might be trying to come up the grates or off that flank. So one of the things that I think you're going to be seeing, especially from Unlimited Woomy United, is you are going to be seeing Uwuzi kind of push up with that Flings a roller, maybe even shark along that edge, see if they can catch one of the back lines from GlitchFlow before they really make their push effectively. Another thing that you're definitely going to want to watch out for, Nothing V, going to be, if they are going to be playing the custom Jet Sculpture, they are going to be sitting obviously more toward that middle. So if you are a member of GlitchFlow, especially on a push, if you want to take that route on the right side out of your spawn, take that flank, push Nothing V out of position, and it's going to make it a lot harder for a team, of course, to push toward that first Rainmaker checkpoint.
Yeah, and we're going to be getting into it right now, seeing what they're going to be bringing to the table. I'm really excited here for our first match here together. We're going to be seeing, of course, that Inkling Tri-Stringer coming out from Inbound, the Splatana. We see Double Roller actually coming out, and an Arrow Spray. Wow, what an interesting comp coming out from Uwu here.
Yeah, this is very interesting. An Arrow Spray, especially at this high level play, you're not going to be seeing it like you normally see the Arrow Spray. That Arrow Spray is going to be used as a distraction more than anything. Going to be able to constantly pop those Reef Sliders, Toma. That is going to give Uwu a lot of room to move, but it's going to add to the chip damage that this comp that Unlimited Woomy United has brought out here with the Roller Stamper combination. The Stamper obviously does a solid 70 damage, but that Reef Slider explosion can add to that, as well as having that double roller. You're really not going to be safe when a Reef Slider comes up on you, because any bit of damage from any other weapon on their team is going to be able to effectively say that. Of course, though, Unlimited Woomy United does wipe out here, but they were able to get that first checkpoint, Toma.
Yeah, and you saw how fast that they were able to get that. The Reef Slider coming in, exactly what you said it was going to do. It just created a lot of chaos, a lot of damage moving around. Really worked in Uwu's favor there. And you can see that they're just really not wasting time here on this pace. You've got the 10 missiles coming out into the pit as well for that flings. GlitchFlow trying to find their footing here right now as they work their way up here at this right side, but they've got to look out. Axiom once again on that Stamper, dropping down, finding the trade on the Rainmaker, stalling out GlitchFlow for a little bit longer. That's going to be the full wipeout now. Going to give the opportunity for Uwu to get some space, start painting out mid here again, and get this Rainmaker moving along.
And I just love the aggression that we're seeing specifically out of Woomy playing the Carbon Deco. Obviously, they're running Ninja Squid with that, but there is no sense of I need to play patiently. The way they're playing Carbon is their sense of damage and how they need to play Toma is I'm going to go up. Even if I die, I'm going to at least be able to call out a teammate, and I'm going to find as many picks as I can. And they're effectively able to shut down a lot of this more standard comp that GlitchFlow has, and it's working.
It sure is. You can see that they got to push all the way up there to 25 up that ramp. Of course, in Rainmaker Scorch Gorge, nothing is quite ever a safe push, but this is huge, and especially if they don't see Axiom coming in here and that back door, going to be pushing that score now up to 15. You've got to keep that base painted, especially against kind of this weapon pool that they've got. They've got that Stamper, you've got the rollers, all weapons that can kind of like to shark around and make those really sneaky plays. So if you don't have your base painted, you never know where one of them is gonna come from, and that's gonna be a great lead extension there. As now GlitchFlow is going to have to make their way back in here through mid, getting forced back through or by those missiles, and you see Axiom here ready to take out that Rainmaker, stalling them even further right now. It looks like Uwu just has all of this control in mid, and it looks like GlitchFlow is struggling to keep track of where the members of Uwu are at the moment.
Yeah, and I think it kind of works into the strategy that Uwu came into this game one with Toma. It is that pure unadulterated aggression that I talked about, where it just seems like while the rollers are moving up, trying to get as many picks as possible, and it's just allowing the other members of Uwu to just farm specials and do what they can do to really make a push effectively. Because any time that Uwu has played as aggressively as they have been with the rollers, the members of GlitchFlow really haven't been able to gain footing. But obviously the one thing that Uwu really lacks here in advantage is they lack in painting power, but that doesn't really matter when a lot of you just fall to 10th missiles on the side of GlitchFlow. The two rollers though on Uwu obviously shut down a lot of the ledges more so on this map, and shut down a lot of the pit areas, Toma. And Uwu's been doing a great job of keeping all that space, where you think GlitchFlow would, of course, be able to take that space with their more conventional comp. They're just not able to. It seems like the corners are getting them cooked.
Yeah, it definitely is. Right now, they've got to watch out with those specials ready. You've got Woomy there that broke out that Zuka, finding one nice pick. Now they've got this Rainmaker just in this nice position where they can hold it here, create a lot of pressure until they get the right picks that they need to move forward. But of course, GlitchFlow not giving up, moving in there on the Rainmaker, finds the pick, but the Rainmaker takes 2 down while they do that. They do get the full wipeout. They're going to be clearing Uwu out of their base, but now with just 30 seconds left in the game, J-Man, they have to make a big push. They still have this first checkpoint to break as well. So Uwu is just looking to try to get these specials online to shut down this push that they can. They do have a Reef Slider ready to go that they can pop on this Rainmaker if they aren't paying attention. They are just trying to move forward. They're going to be actually looking here maybe at trying to take these grates, but they're going to have to back up at the time being for this 10 of missiles. The Reef Slider coming in is going to find the pick, and that is going to be the game. Game 1 going to Uwu in, wow, just such a crazy fashion there. This is not what I was expecting to see in SAC today.
Again, a very unconventional comp, Toma, coming out from Uwu here, and they made it work. Obviously, that Reef Slider coming in big early in the game to set up Uwu's first push, but then at the end there, the splash damage from the Reef Slider able to take the Rainmaker off that center pedestal, and it just seemed like GlitchFlow, no matter how much they tried to win the fights against two rollers on the side of Uwu, they were just not able to. Either they let the rollers get too close, or they were just not winning the 1v1, even if they could spot them out. Obviously, that's something GlitchFlow probably wants to have back as we go into game 2 here, Toma. But what an incredible game from Uwu there. Even on their defensive side, Toma, we also have to mention that those Tendon Missiles, right as GlitchFlow was about to dunk that Rainmaker, prevented it. So they needed to get that whole checkpoint, which you said was going to be a big task in a tall order, and while that would have extended overtime a little bit, unfortunately, they weren't able to get that checkpoint in that situation, so GlitchFlow gonna have to regroup here going into game 2.
Yeah, absolutely huge there. In game 2, coming out on a new map from this season, Clam Blitz Crab Leg Capital. And, you know, I really think you've got to be careful here if you're GlitchFlow, because I think just like Scorch Gorge Rain, that this is one of those maps where if you have just an overwhelming offense, it can be really hard for the enemies to get anything done. There's lots of grates that those rollers can sit underneath, a lot of opportunities for movement in and out of the enemy base. You've got those grates on the left side, you've got the jump on the right side. You've really got to pay attention to enemy positioning on this map, or you'll find yourself getting flanked hard, and that is what Uwu seems to love to be doing right now.
Yeah, their aggressive playstyle, if they keep it up, they will be able to push, I think, rather easily on Crab Leg. The Grates, I also think, Toma, honestly, can be the biggest weakness for rollers on this map, because that means you're, as a roller, you really are going to want to play on the low side of Crab Leg Capital. While you will go up top occasionally to maybe find a pick or two, you are going to be more at a disadvantage if you try to play up top. So I do think if GlitchFlow can contain the Grates, contain the top section of their plat area and their bridge area there, they should be able to at least keep Uwu back, maybe preventing some of their possible devastating pushes. But obviously it comes into seeing what comp, if GlitchFlow changes up any of their comp going into this game 2 here. It looks like we are going to be seeing a little bit of that as well, Toma. Not too much of a change, of course, on the side of Uwu, but on the side of GlitchFlow now, we are looking at obviously seeing that Tri-Stringer again, but we're going to be bringing out a Crab Tank Splash as well as a Sloshing Machine Neo.
Yeah, and the huge thing here, I think, for GlitchFlow is going to be paint, paint, paint. They need to find that map control, need to be able to spot out. You said those grates are important for them to lock down, and they definitely are. And one of the huge things of that is you don't want a roller swimming right underneath you and taking you out from underneath, so they need to find that map control. But right now, Uwu is pushing forward here, coming in on both of the, you see that left side, they do find a pick there, as well as up the ramp. They have 7 clams online, looking to see if they can get something going. It looks like Woomy's just gonna wait a little bit patiently for members to be coming back in. They don't want to rush in, charge anything recklessly, and right now it's kind of just, you know, how Clam Blitz ends up being is a kind of a team deathmatch until you can find those picks, you can find the clams, and right now GlitchFlow is finding their footing once again, breaking back out here into mid, getting a lot more yellow down on this map. You have these chumps coming out to support that as well, but they really need to figure out how to deal with Axiom here on that left side, trying to carve a path forward for Uwu. Gonna be going here in the base, finds a nice pick there. They've got a double, they've got a power clam online, but they still just need to find a little extra space here on the side. They're going to be looking at inbound, but inbound gets the pick onto them. They're going to be able to shut down that power clam as well. You see GlitchFlow right now holding a great defense into a nice wipeout there.
Absolutely incredible and very crucial wipeout here if you are GlitchFlow. Obviously, you're going to be having the members of Uwu come up very quickly off spawn. Inbound going to be opting to jump back with the power clam just to save it. Really smart play there. But I love the patience from GlitchFlow there, Toma. They waited for the members of Uwu to slowly and very surely creep up. And when that happened, they took advantage of having that tri-stringer sitting on the grate to really put some pressure on the members of Uwu, and they really were not able to get as much ground as they wanted to. But as I say that here, you see Woomy coming up on the back side now in their spawn. This is the spot you don't want to see the roller, as Uwu is going to be able to break that first barrier, and the crab tank gets popped. Nothing looking for a pick up top. Gonna find an assist, drops one. They lose 3 in the process. Nothing's just going to try and throw maybe one more clan man before retreating, and that should be the end of that push for Uwu. Not a strong one here, but something I've noticed with GlitchFlow, at least now, is they're spending a lot of time, Toma, taking a lot of this map back. It almost seems like they are just not putting enough paint down fast enough by the time Uwu comes back in.
Yeah, and like I said before, early in the game, that's really one of the big things that they need to be doing here in this game. It's really going to help them keep track of everything, and getting a nice 2-pick with that Zuka may help them flip the tide of that paint just a little bit more, especially with the chumps coming out as well. But inbound is getting rushed down by that carbon roller. They have these 3 clams up there, but not enough members to be able to keep them all alive. Down to just 1 left. They do have the Zuka left to try to make this push come together. They're able to break the basket. The Zap does have clams to be able to follow up. They just need to be able to find their way to that basket, but doesn't look like they are going to be able to in time. They add 1 more clam. No, and they do, just in the nick of time, able to slip in there, get a lead. But of course, J-Man, this is not a big lead at all. Still a minute, 30 seconds left on the game. A low scoring game for both sides, as they're going to be setting up to find their footing again in mid. And, you know, the outcome of this next fight in mid could really turn the tides.
Yes, it will, and we start by seeing, of course, the sloshing machine of GlitchFlow go down. Now the end zap goes down, which means they're going to be losing the cooler, and Woomy's already there, finds the 4th with the Zuka, and that should be Woomy just passing up some clams, which means Uwu should just be able to throw a power clam in for free. Of course, they don't have the lead yet, though, but there is a power clam jumping in here, Toma, which will give Uwu the lead. Another 3-down situation for GlitchFlow, and now they really need to launch in together at this point. They need to either launch 2 or 3 members together, because they need to retake some space here, Toma. They need to at least let this basket close, but Jay gets picked up on the top there from, I believe, an Aerospray Fizzy Bomb there. 8 points left on the board. 3 clams will do it. 1, 2, 3, and that is the game, Toma. Uwu made that push count.
Yeah, they sure did. And, you know, we saw key plays time and time again from the carbon roller coming out on that left side. They had members distracted up on those grates, up on that ramp, people pushing through right, and you just add that carbon roller to the left to pincer in and close it all up, and Uwu was able to wrap that up so well.
Yeah, and it really all started with the fact that they were able to get Woomy that carbon up onto the that under basket area using that block. That block, I feel, gets underutilized a lot by some of these teams, but it's really important that, hey, there's a block that we can use on the left side from where we push to them that allows us to get into their spawn and essentially lock them out, and that's exactly what they did, and they took advantage of it, Toma. Obviously, they pushed 3 members of GlitchFlow back enough to not only get a wipeout, but then get the 2 power climb follow-up. They took the lead, and that was it from there.
Yep, it sure was huge set for them there. Uwu going to be advancing on in our gold bracket. We're going to be getting ready here for our next matchup, which is going to be Fishies on the Lake versus Get Yo Money Up. 2 really prominent teams. Fishies on the Lake, I believe, last qualifier, coming in 3rd in qualifier 1 on gold bracket, if I'm not mistaken. Looking to make a huge name for themselves here. You know, they've got a lot of members from 7th Heaven that are on their team that have been just really pushing forward, making strides in the competitive scene as of lately.
Yeah, and what's really cool about Fishies on the Lake here is this is a team, as you said, Toma, they're looking to make a name for themselves. And the one thing that they really want to do this season is they preferably want to get onto a podium spot here in SAC Season 8. They want to at least be able to get into the playoffs. And I do think, looking at their roster, they do have the team to do this here. They have a lot of maps under their belt that they're very confident with. They really don't have any best or worst maps from what we understand. So it should be a pretty good test here for Fishies on the Lake, Toma, because of course their opponents are Get Your Money Up, who honestly, they're a problem. They have some very good placements, especially recently, Toma.
Yeah, they certainly have been making huge runs for themselves. I believe that they did really well last time in SAC Qualifier 1 as well. And recently they've been doing, they were in first in silver there, so took silver bracket, definitely showing that they're ready for gold bracket. And we've seen huge runs from them in SOS. We've seen great hammerhead runs. They have great results from super jump as well. They've been a team that have been saying, hey, like, you know, we may have been the team before that y'all were, you know, like, oh, the hammerhead team, we're not too concerned about you, but we're here, we're ready to show, and they really are hungry to punch their tickets to SAC finals.
And let's talk about Get Your Money Up's team a little bit more, Toma, along that. This is a team that's been around for 2.5 weeks. They have not really been around a long time, and they have a first in Hammerhead SOS 122. They have a third in Hammerhead 123. But looking at some of these notable games that they've played and some of the notable teams from our old SAC veterans, they've 2-1 Silly Kitties. They've 4-3'd and 3-2'd Cherry Limeade. They 2-1 Chase Gus Rissa and Prosper. They were just a pickup when that happened. That was not a necessary recent result. But this is a team that has experience against some of the stronger teams, obviously in our more higher level scenes of Splatoon.
Yeah, absolutely. They are showing that they have what it takes to be here. They're showing that they're like, hey, we're a team that what you gotta look out for. You know, they said that, you know, they want to be showing up against teams like Octopi, who of course, you know, after Ludi Division's release was a team that actually got, you know, skill capped out of SAC. So they're showing like, hey, we want to compete with the best here, and we want to compete with the best even above that. But we're loading into this game here, seeing what they're going to be bringing to the table. I see those missiles from that Wiper Deco, and of course I see a double Zuka coming out from Get Your Money Up. Can never go wrong with that, with how strong it is in the meta right now.
The double Zuka haunts so many teams in the meta right now. It is not even funny, and for good reason. Obviously, a lot of people just say now, Toma, oh, just react to the Zuka. It's not about reacting to the Zuka that's the problem. It's the fact that the Zuka's essentially chip damage now does 60 damage. So if you get hit with that at any point, you are in a spot where you will die within the next 2 or 3, possibly even 1 shot, depending on the weapon. So it is something that you have to be wary of. As Stara finds a solid pick with the Zuka there onto the ramp of Fishies on the Lake, and they pick off the one in the corner as well. This will allow them to at least push to this checkpoint, and with Tri-Strikes at the ready, Toma, they should be able to at least continue this push, but Tri-Strikes being thrown out on their own. Mar's gonna opt to just hold these Tri-Strikes, maybe for that next checkpoint, Toma, but looking for a couple picks on the tower, just not quite able to find anybody yet.
Yeah, maybe, and it would be huge to be able to get this checkpoint here. Checkpoint 2 is a huge spot for the offenders, but it looks like right now Fishies on the Lake going to be holding them off from being able to make that fall. It's just in such a vulnerable position there. You have lots of access opportunities, especially from that, you know, covered pavilion area on the side where teams are able to break in and just take you off the tower while you are sitting there and getting that picks. Now it's going to give Fishies on the Lake the opportunity to move forward here. They've got those missiles coming out. Goose is sitting under here, under this ledge, trying to poke up at these members, saying, hey, you are not going to assault us at the checkpoint. We've got the Tri-Strikes, we've got the specials that we need to be able to break this check and start making our push towards the second. Mar behind them, though, spotted out. Twig is going to turn around, try to pick them up, but they do get the jump out, and now Fishies on the Lake going to make an opportunity here to break checkpoint 2 on their own. Almost through there, able to hold on just barely, but not going to find the full break. So next time they're there, they are going to have to wait that whole time. Great opportunity there for Get Your Money Up to stop it, but now they have to break that checkpoint completely to be able to take the lead.
Yes, they do, and it was a really good offensive move from D there to say, all right, I have Zap, let me go shoot some things, and came off, got all the picks that they needed to there, as now we see a Zuka battle from the tower, Twig going in right now, trying to find a pick onto the tower, not able to find one there, but is currently being spotted out by the members of Get Your Money Up. Unfortunately, not a very solid push by Get Your Money Up there. Looks like they were just trying to take some space here, but now you see KK and Nindo in the back. They're going to be jumping out just to avoid Goose here, who is also opting to back up here. It seems like we have kind of reached that point in the game, Toma, where we're having a little bit of a stalemate. This next fight's really going to be determined by how effective these special usages are going to be, and Twig finds yet another one with the Zuka and an assist on another. Fishies on the lake looking to make another push here, Toma, as they are already moving the checkpoint right back to checkpoint 2.
Yeah, going to be huge for them here. Going to be seeing how this fight plays out right now on the ramp between Eider and Twig, who are just going to be kind of backing up there after all those specials coming out. 2 down now on Fishies on the lake. This is really good for Get Your Money Up to be able to start trying to flip this momentum, but they do need to find some of these picks on mid. They do have the cooler up online, ready to fight with as Mar starts to take that tower, but is immediately backed off by the tri-strikes as 2-3 go down for Get Your Money Up. Just Mar going to be backing up here as Fishies on the lake you're seeing are wasting no time moving up. Eider there underneath that tent area. You saw one of them go up onto that ramp and get eliminated, but Get Your Money Up not wasting any time defending either, just picks back and forth here. Star gonna go over there, but Twig gets the jump out. Now 45 seconds left on the clock. Get Your Money Up has to get through and break checkpoint 2 to be able to take the lead here, so they need to get those specials up, and they've really got to watch the specials online for Fishies on the lake. You don't want to be facing missiles, you don't want to be facing tri-strikes at that checkpoint, and there's going to be a lot of time for them to build them up. As you see already, Eider had these 10 missiles online ready to go.
Yeah, and the one thing what I really like watching these two teams is obviously Get Your Money Up looking to make a push now as Delta moves in to try and find Mar on the tower as the Zuka shuts them down. That was absolutely brutal. You turn the camera just to see an Zuka flying into your face there. 2 members of Get Your Money Up going down. But what I really like about both of these teams, Toma, is they don't overextend. These both of these teams, and while Fishies on the Lake will be taking game 1 here, what I really like about both these teams is they're not overextending their pushes. They are taking the points that they can get, and they are jumping out to conserve specials for the time. No cooler up, can't really hold on to your specials. So both teams are doing a really good job of that, but Fishies on the Lake just seem to be winning so many of those fights, and it just seemed like they made Mar, who is the charger on the side of Get Your Money Up, just a complete non-factor that game. I don't know if Mar was just missing too many shots, or Fishies on the Lake said, hey, they can't hit shots, push harder.
Yeah, and that's a huge key, especially when you're dealing with a backline, because if you let those backlines set up, J-Man, it can be really hard to break through. If they've got a defensive front set up and they've got eyes on you, and if they are hitting those shots, it can be really oppressive. So they took advantage of everything they could. They kept Mar moving. There was time and time again we saw on those spec cam Mar just trying to find a place to be able to take their next shot. The Fishies on the lake giving them absolutely no room to breathe, and that could be huge, especially on Rainmaker Scorch Gorge, because just like we saw in last round, J-Man, you said this map all about that unrelenting offense. You cannot give your opponents any space to breathe on defense. You have to get up in there. You have to push with everything you've got to get that Rainmaker further than the opponents do.
Absolutely. And if I'm Get Your Money Up here, I really want to try and keep Mar on that cage, though, that knowing that Fishies on the Lake is going to want to play with this aggression. Honestly, if Get Your Money Up, I think, honestly wants a chance here, Toma, the biggest thing they're going to want to do, Mar needs to just keep themselves in a position where they can hit those shots, very importantly, and they just need to be aware of when Fishies on the Lake has multiple specials. Fishies on the Lake, every push was not going with just one special. It wasn't just missiles. It was usually missiles combined with either their tri-strike or at least one of the Zukas at the time. Now, of course, obviously, with Tact Cooler being a thing, there is a possibility that, sure, you might pick one and they'll still come back with a special, but any way that Get Your Money Up can slow down the aggression of Fishies on the Lake is going to be extremely crucial here, and Mar is the key piece in doing that, especially if they can find themselves set up nicely under the cage.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And like you said, those specials are so important, especially as a backline. When you're, you got Zukas, you got missiles. Those are specials that are going to make you want to move. And the last thing right now Mar wants to do is move out of those defensive positions. We are going to see just the regular Splat Charger coming out there, going to be providing that nice Splat Bomb who may help them defend themselves a little bit more. And of course, a great ink back option to be able to push that tower and stop any, incoming specials, any Zukas, anything that is fired their way at the Rainmaker as they go forward. Right now, they're going to be looking for that pop, and it is going to go to Get Your Money Up as they're going to be in here building those specials in mid, just trying to get some paint down. One Zuka does come out, connects with the bucket, and they're going to be picking up that Rainmaker going forward, but Fishies on the Lake has so many bombs down trying to stop the Rainmaker, but isn't going to quite find the connection before they get the dunk. Get You Money Up, finding that very quick 30-second dunk on to checkpoint 1, but is now going to have to back off as that pop is clearly going in Fishy on a Lake's favor, and they're going to waste no time getting back out here into mid with that and setting down a whole lot of yellow paint.
Hey, Get Your Money Up. They completed objective 1. I think Toma, they used Mar obviously as the Rainmaker carrier there, but they also had Mar's pressure to allow them to get the checkpoint. And obviously they got the checkpoint first, which means Fishies on the Lake, even though they were again able to break that checkpoint. They're not going to be able to get the lead off this Toma. But now it becomes, how far can we push into the enemy spawn? And this is really where positioning matters a lot, because as you can see, Mar is standing up there on the great side right now, and these tri-strikes are going to push Mar out of position. So you have to be aware of the other members of Fishies on the Lake going to be wanting to push on that left side, and it looks like, at least at the moment, Toma, they have won that engagement with 2 of the members of Fishies on the Lake coming off of respawn here. Mar looking to possibly set up on the grates on the left side here, and I love the patience here from Get Your Money Up. They really don't want to push up yet. They're letting Fishies on the Lake waste a couple of their specials, but of course they are losing a little bit of space for this. You need to watch out for Eider here, who is sitting up with the missiles, is going to be able to launch them, just barely getting out of the way of that Zuka Toma. And with the Tacticooler up, it looks like Fishies on the Lake looking to retake mid here. I think they know someone's down here. Jumps out, and Goose falls for the oldest trick in the book. I'm going to put a Splat Bomb on the wall. You're not going to see it till you come around the corner there, as Fishies on the Lake, 1 down, opts to pick up the Rainmaker here, Toma.
Yeah, and they've got some more picks here now, 2-3 down as Delta is moving this Rainmaker forward. Looks like there will be a lead change happening here, but it's going to be a matter of how far up can they push this. A lot of pressure coming down around them. There is going to be one member of Get Your Money Up who drops and finds the flank on to the Rainmaker, but look at these missiles coming in. Eider, they're going to be delaying Get Your Money Up from coming back out and going to be giving Fishies on a Lake some jumps back in. Delta does go down to the Rainmaker pop though, and it looks like this is going to be the opportunity for Get Your Money Up to drop back down here into mid, but they need to play this carefully. They don't want to rush forward too fast without any specials, without the rest of their team, because as you can see, Fishies on the Lake is ready to respond, but that vac is going to be huge for them to get forward. They're going to be going all the way up to that pedestal, and that can be the difference. That vac, huge, incremental in protecting the Rainmaker there as they went all the way up the podium. And J-Man, it is not often that you see a Rainmaker KO on Scorch Gorge.
No, not at all. And it did stem all from that vac, Toma. Obviously, the call to say, hey, they're playing really aggressive with these specials. I think we need something to at least mitigate the effects. Was that ink vac in the case of Mar, Toma? And they did a fantastic job of reversing it to get your money up onto the pedestal. We have a game 3 going in here in our quarterfinals, Toma. This is going to be very fun. We've seen both of these teams able to play aggressively on both sides. One for tower control, one for Rainmaker. And that Rainmaker game, honestly, Toma, could have gone either way in that regard. But now we go to an old classic favorite in Clamblitz on Makomar. And I personally think, if I'm Fishies on the Lake, I really like my aggressive comp here. I just don't think Mar with the Charger is going to be too much of a problem here if you're Fishies on the Lake. I actually don't think Charger here is even a good idea.
No, I would agree too. Clam Blitz, one of the faster paced modes, you need to move around fast. And Mako Mart, there is just so much, you know, places to hide from that charger beam, especially around those stacks and using those walls. It can be really difficult to be able to flush people out to be able to actually get a clean snipe onto them. So I'm really interested to see what Get Your Money Up is going to do here to try to adapt to that situation. Especially, you've got to watch out, I believe, here for that Splatana wiper on the side of Fishies on the Lake, because that's going to be one of those weapons that really loves to play around those ledges. Missiles, of course, is always going to be good to clear out the area around the clam basket as you're trying to get your push together. And I do believe Fishies on the Lake has a Slosher as well, which again is just absolutely brilliant pick here on Mako Mart. So I'm interested to see, you know, Get Your Money Up. How are you going to respond to that here? It's a game 3. It all comes down to this. The pressure is definitely on the line. They found something to come together in that Rainmaker Scorch game. I know that they've got it in them. So let's see what they're going to be doing here, J-Man.
Yeah, and I like the what you mentioned here with Fishies on the Lake, obviously having that Slosher. Slosher, extremely strong on Mako Mart. We have seen it time and time again. We saw it in Splatoon 2. We see it in Splatoon 3. This is a map where Sloshers absolutely excel. Of course, with Get Your Money Up, they do, if they really wanted to, bring in D on his Slosher. But unfortunately, the team has decided he gets to stay in Zap Jail until something happens. I don't know what they're exactly waiting for. But no, D is unfortunately in Zap Jail. But if they're going to let D out of Zap Jail, it's going to be on this map right here with that Slosher. As you can see, D rocking that 5-star Slosher badge. And D actually going to be bringing out the Tri-Nouveau, it looked like there. While we do see that Slosher on the side of Fishies on the Lake, that is, of course, going to be Goose as well as we get into Game 3, Toma.
Yeah, huge, and I think the call to switch out Zapino here for a Tri-Nouveau is really good. Tri-Slosher makes excellent use of all these ledges here on this map, as you see D already finding an opening pick. Also, just the Fizzy Bombs, always never a bad choice, can create a lot of pressure on those stacks, but right now it's Fishies on the Lake that's taking a good commanding presence right now. They have members down. Delta here ready to dunk that first power clam, and going to be moving up here on the side, picking off Mar from behind. Going to be dropping down to see if they can find any extra clams to keep this open for just a little bit longer as the rest of Fishies on a Lake comes in to try to extend this score down to 53 now. Goose goes down. You see one jump out. That looks like that's going to be the end of the push for Fishies on the Lake, but down to 53, definitely a respectable opening less than a minute into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about Mar possibly not playing Charger here, but obviously Mar decided to stay with Charger. Now, Mar does have Splatlings in their repertoire, and I'm honestly surprised why we're not possibly seeing the Ballpoint come out here, because I feel like Ballpoint is going to be a little bit stronger here as Getting Your Money Up, looking to make a push here, just kind of just trying to take some space actually with the Ink back. Unfortunately, going to be finding a trade there on the stack of Fishies on the Lake here, and with the missiles coming out, Get Your Money Up is going to have to scatter and spread a little bit, but the cooler is, of course, at the ready here for Get Your Money Up, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do see this get thrown down onto the ramp, and we do, but it just seems like Get Your Money Up is not really concerned with making any pushes right now. You threw the cooler, but you're not using it to play aggressively, and Fishies on the Lake are realizing this now, and they are taking advantage as they essentially delay wipe the entire team of Get Your Money Up, Toma, here.
Yeah, and they are able to find our basket break once again. It doesn't look like they may be able to add anything here, but it is just going to, you know, delay Get Your Money Up a little bit further, and they've really got to work together with these specials and make sure that they have the clams to do it. Last time we saw that Vac come out, but there just wasn't enough clams on the field or in their hands to be able to make a push out of it, and that's a big thing you've got to watch out for, especially right now with how Fishies in the Lake is controlling this clam economy, able to break open basket once again, break through their penalty, taking their lead down now to 37 remaining. Having control of that clam economy is huge for Clam Blitz. You've got to be on the map. You've got to keep in mind not only map control, not only man advantage, not only special advantage, but do you have enough clams to even be able to make a significant push? There's a lot to manage in this game mode, and they are finally able to find that basket break. They do have another power clam here, though the carrier going to go down, not able to find the break, but the Ink Vac comes out to assist and is going to be able to let that land securely. 3 down. It looks like they may be able to take the lead here if they can get just 2 more clams. The shot is going to be looking for that. They do find the lead. perfectly waiting for that patient opportunity. Another power clam goes in on the side. Get your money up with an absolutely huge, patiently played game there. That's exactly what I was talking about, J-Man. You have to wait for those specials. You have to wait for the man advantage. And most importantly, you have to have the clams. And that's all came together there for them in the moment, but you can't give up because Fishy's on the lake is going to find the wipeout, but they need to get the clams in. And while Get Your Money Up is respawning, Twig is here in the base. You've got to move fast to stop them from taking that lead. That power clam miss is going to be incremental in Get Your Money's Up game here.
Yeah, but even if they got that power clam in Toma, it was only just going to be barely enough for the lead and Get Your Money Up. Then would have needed to put 2 power clams in and then some. But that miss is going to be huge. However, there still is a minute left in this game. And it looks like Fishies on the Lake are already looking to build another special. You can see the aggression. You could just see in the way they're being positioned. They're pushing up, I honestly think, a little bit further than they need to right now. Unfortunately, as Goose tries to climb up into the stack, I believe that was going to be Mar who finds the pick there. Azuka being popped from Get Your Money Up. Now Twig already with the Zuka ready to go. The Zuka's gonna doesn't find anybody with the first or second shot. Finds one with the third shot, barely, but they don't have control over that stack as Twig's looking for one on top of the bunker box there. And unfortunately, Get Your Money Up managing to find a wipe onto Fishies on the lake there. Unfortunately, they're going to be able to break the barrier again, Toma. Maybe looking for the knockout here. They definitely have the clams to do it. 2 more clams, and they will.
That was absolutely huge for them, J-Man. We saw kind of, the first half of this game, Get Your Money Up was really struggling to find their footing. Fishies on the lake were just holding them out. They were continuously scoring. Get Your Money Up couldn't really find the clams, couldn't find the specials to be able to break in. And then, one push changed that all. After they were able to get that lead change, the momentum of the game completely shifted in their favor, and they were able to just hold so much space. They were able to hold those excellent defenses. Get Your Money Up getting an absolutely huge and well-deserved win to punch their ticket to SAC finals this season, J-Man.
Again, another young team here in SAC. Definitely, according to at least what we look at, Toma. Shout outs to Skep for the awesome commentary doc. Probably, looking at some of the other teams in this document, definitely one of the youngest teams in the doc. And obviously, they just showed everybody today that, yeah, they're here to play, and they're here to play at a very high level. So we will be seeing them next round, Toma Grand Finals. Of course, Fishies on the Lake, to give you an update on our bracket here, we'll be going into the 3rd place match versus Uwu, who were eliminated by our other opponent that we are about to see facing Get Your Money Up here in Grands, the Captain Happy Crew.
Yeah, and while they're getting that room set up, we're going to switch to just a quick break, but we hope you will all be right back here for Grand Finals starting very shortly.
Welcome back, everybody, to the grand finals of SAC Season 8 Qualifier 2. I am CAJ-Man 777, joined once again here by the lovely Toma on commentary. And Toma, you and I were talking a little bit after we hit that little short break after last match, and we were talking about Captain Happy Crew a little bit and what they're going to have to do to win grands here against the set we just witnessed with Get Your Money Up. And I think you and I both agreed it's going to be a very tall order.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty big. We see that in our map list here, key map for us is going to be Game 4 Clan Blitz on Museum, because they have told us that they are not Museum fans. So if they want to win this, they need to really make sure that they can just take the clean 3-0 sweep, because if they go all the way to, you know, Game 4, it may push them into that Game 5 situation that they do not want to see. And speaking of that, you know, if they do get into that Game 5 situation, Splat Zones on Mako Mart, that is one of Get Your Money Up's favorite maps. They've said that Splat Zones, Haggle, and Mako are some of their best maps that they've pulled off incredible upsets on. So right now, you know, the map list does look stacked right now in Get Your Money Up's favor, and we've seen such a huge performance from them last round. So Get Your Money Up has, you know, kind of all the confidence, all the wind in their sails right now. And Captain Happy Crew, though, not to be doubted, they've put on great performances before. They've won SOS. They have what it takes, but they really want to be able to try to take that 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, and I think one thing that's also going to make this a pretty tall order for Captain Happy Crew is that this is a team they play on and off, Tona. This is not a team like we saw with Get Your Money Up that just formed and they want to play in every tournament they can possibly, and at the results they have been getting as well. So this is a matter of, okay, there is an experienced team with a little bit of on and off playing, and yes, they do have the SOS win, versus a team that was formed just a few weeks ago and is currently crushing everybody in their way. So again, it is a tall order for Captain Happy Crew, and we did talk about that Game 4 situation, Toma. Captain Happy Crew, they do want to get that 3-0 sweep here. They don't want to have to go to Museum Game 4 and possibly a Game 5 here. And we start that, of course, on Zone Ship Cargo, which is probably one of the best map mode Zones maps. It's such a cool map. It's such a good mode.
No, absolutely. We're talking about this one a little bit too, you know, and it's one of my favorite map modes currently in the game. We're going to be seeing them rolling out here. Get Your Money Up, of course, keeping that double shot coming out on the side of Captain Happy Crew. We have the shot, we have the strikes, you know, very typical comp on both sides. And right now, Captain Happy Crew are going to be using those strikes to start getting a move on in here to try to find some picks on to Get Your Money Up. They do have 2 down, but Stara here behind going to be going in and just trying to paint this zone, going to be neutralizing it, and then jumping out as they're spotted out, saying, hey, I'm just going to stall this for just a little bit. Hope y'all don't mind. Captain Happy Crew, though, set up in a great position here to hold, but 1 does go down, 2 go down. These specials online for Get Your Money Up, they're making great work off of fighting with. They've got a wave breaker here on the zone. Azuka coming out, finding a nice pick from KK there, and now the strikes are trying to defend from Captain Happy Crew, but maybe out just a little bit too early. Get Your Money Up just patiently waiting it in the zone, not going to move through them, and they're able to pick out Captain Happy Crew on the side as well. Stara jumping down here, taking out 1 member of the strikes. You've got kind of a little bit of a stagger situation coming out as Get Your Money Up is able to hold this zone. Is going to be seeing a lead flip here now.
Yes, and they do have the cooler up front as well on Captain Happy Crew, so even if they go down, they should just be able to re-jump back to their teammates, but they are going to lose control over the zone here, as it looks like there's a fight happening in the zone, and 2 members of Get Your Money Up, unfortunately, do go down in the process to 1 member of Captain Happy Crew, but Get Your Money Up able to hold the zone here, as I believe that was Mar on the leader, does find a very nice pick onto one of the members of Captain Happy Crew, as Captain is going to be backing up here, obviously with tri-strikes at the ready, going to want to save these at least. But honestly, Thomas, Stara has been a very big problem here, and you can see them sharking around with the Zuka here. Going to be using that bomb, and we are going to be seeing that Zuka here. Just barely misses the tri-strike user, misses all 3 shots, and that should lead to the death of Stara, and it does there. So this already puts Captain Happy Crew at an advantage. Now they're starting to push up into the zone. Ice going to be jumping over the broken bridge to try and neutralize the zone. Needs to find the pick on the Mar here. You definitely cannot let Mar jump out, but Mar's just going to be setting some mines and saying, I'm going to back up here, and Captain Happy Crew through all of that, Toma, through that very little bit of a messy fight there on the side, still manages to cap the zone, though, as Mar's going to drop the Wave Breaker in, unfortunately, not an ideal place. I don't think Mar wanted to put it there. I think they wanted to put it over the wall there, Toma, get a little more space on that zone.
Yeah, for sure. And it's definitely going to be, you know, stalling out or Get Your Money's up ability to push here. They do finally find the picks in the zone, though, to be able to do it. But now you've got to worry for, you know, Captain Happy Crew. How are you going to deal with this? You've got these bombs. You're going to be trying to space them out, but you've got to deal with the Zookas as well. They do take out one with the Tri-Strikes, and the Tri-Strikes do pressure the zone, able to cap it finally. But you need to get that space forward. You need to create that kind of lockout situation that you had going on earlier in the game. They're going to start that by picking out Star. They're going to get their foothold in on the top part of this map, but they've got to keep that paint on the zone because Get Your Money Up is not going to stop painting it. You see you've got, you know, 3 shooters here ready to be moving up and trying to just take control of that, and Mar on the side as well trying to support them. Captain Happy supporting their crew. They're seeing if they can find any picks, and they do find one nice one there. Now they have 2. They're going to be holding this zone. This is going to be the lead flip. This can be huge for them. This is that kind of lockout opportunity. They've got to survive this Zuka coming out, and they've got the strikes to be able to hold it. Get Your Money Up has to make a rush at the zone now if they want to be able to cap, but going 2 down, they're not going to be able to reach that in time, and that is going to be Captain Happy Crew going to be taking game 1. And wow, what a lot of back and forth, J-Man. These were just incredible fights happening there on the zone. You saw incredible flanks coming out to around both sides of that, you know, high ground. I love to see the gameplay here from both sides.
Yeah, there was a huge momentum swing there as well when you saw, obviously, Mar and Captain Happy sitting there with the Chargers. Mar opted to actually kind of back up to try and support their team because it seemed like they were being pushed through the middle of the zone with the 3 shooters. But what I really liked about Captain Happy and what they did, they actually moved to the opposite side. They moved instead of backing up. Instead of Mar backing up to support the team, Captain Happy actually moved up to take that corner and try and provide some fire for their teammates that were pushing up, and they obviously managed to not only clear that main court area, but they were able to set up flanks, and they were able to have enough specials at that point, Toma, after they got all of those picks to essentially put Get Your Money Up on a delayed wipe scenario, and then they had the Tri-Strikes to stall them out because of how long that push took. So that was a really great play from Captain Happy Crew. They really took that momentum swing, and they let them run with it. And Get Your Money Up, honestly, kind of put on the back foot a little bit there, but a very good game nonetheless. I do think Captain Happy Crew, in terms of their gameplay with the shooters compared to the gameplay on the shooters of Get Your Money Up, it's very back and forth. I honestly think we saw the one fight, but I really do think, Toma, between these 2 teams, it really does come down to one fight making a huge difference. And at least for game 1, we did see that for Captain Happy Crew.
Yeah, it absolutely can, and especially when you've got both teams that have so much confidence in their play style. We saw, you know, not a lot of hesitation coming out from both sides. When these players were taking fights, they knew that they were ready to do it, and I think that's going to be incremental, especially on a map like a Tower Control Manta Maria, where I think you really have to be sure, or more sure than ever, of the fights that you're going into, especially around, you know, that kind of second checkpoint area in the street, because if you go in there and you're hesitating, you're going to get your feet painted, something's going to land on you, a bomb, a Trizuka, anything is going to be locking you out of that area, and it's a hard area to push through. What I'm looking for here, especially out of Captain Happy Crew, is the potential with these strikes. They ran double strikes last match. I don't know if that's going to be coming back out for them, but it can be absolutely huge for locking down that streak. We're actually going to see them switching over to that ballpoint Nouveau, while seeing the regular ballpoint on the side of Mar, finally seeing a switch off of Chargers there for them, bringing out Inkvac and a Inkjet, respectively. Yeah. This is going to be really interesting to see the dynamic playing out between those 2 weapons. And of course, on the bucket now, I think that we see once again that Tri-Slosher Nouveau coming out for D, which I think is going to be a wonderful pick. I think it plays better than Zap on this map, especially around all the different ledges and elevation that you've got around bunker and street.
Oh, and Mars somehow finds, just with a delayed shot, I don't know if Captain Happy actually walked into that inkjet shot that maybe Mar found there. But Mar able to find a pick onto Captain Happy, who obviously likes to be the supportive player on the side of Captain Happy Crew. And at least right now, that first checkpoint, you never really have to worry about that first checkpoint on Manta Maria Toma. It's usually pretty free to get. Once you get a team situation where there's only one left, you get that first checkpoint for free. What it's really going to come down to, as you said, Toma, is this second checkpoint. As you can see at the top of your screen there, that area is very enclosed, and you really do need not only numbers to push up there, but as you said earlier, the confidence to push up into that corner. And it just seems like Get Your Money Up right now says, no, we're not going to let you at least get this first checkpoint for free. You're going to have to at least wipe us one more time to get that first checkpoint for free. But obviously, they do have their Captain Happy Crew does obviously have their ballpoint support. My goodness, I cannot speak today. Up at the top, up at the top of the graded section there, and they are going to be trying to challenge D on the bunker. And I love D's positioning here because D has such a power position playing a slosher at a higher elevation. Toma, unfortunately, they are going to be getting picked, and Captain Happy finds the pick onto Stara, but unfortunately, they're still not able to get through this checkpoint, Toma, and they are trying yet again.
Yeah, but it looks like with the ink back out that this may be their opportunity. They're going to be backing up those inkjet shots, going to be able to move forward there, stalling out that special. Great play from that vac on the ballpoint Nouveau. But now, like we said before, time and time again, this second checkpoint is going to be the real huge opportunity. And right now, they don't really have those numbers to be able to push it. Star going to be breaking out Azuka here on the right-hand side, just trying to poke up into that bunker, see if they can find anybody up there from Captain Happy Crew, but not quite able to do so. They see some paint coming around from the backhand side, turned around to see if there's anybody up there they need to be worried about, and now they've got to just push forward as Get Yo Money Up is here in the base. They've got left-hand side there at checkpoint 2. But they're not going to be letting that stay for long. Like we said, they flipped this situation. This is where that confidence comes out. They've got these tri-strikes, which are absolutely great at locking down this area. As that tower now locked into checkpoint 2 there. They've got the ink back out, which could be absolutely critical for them to be able to break that second checkpoint. And they've got to be careful now and get your money up, because this is where pushes can begin to snowball if you don't watch out. They are going to be picking off 2 from Captain Happy Crew. Going to be finally shutting that down. But J-Man, that can get so dangerous there. You really got to watch out, I think, if you're getting your money up for that ballpoint Nouveau. You have to watch out for that ink bag. It's twice now that they've used that to break very critical points in their pushes.
Yeah, so if I'm getting your money up, that is something I am absolutely going to be focusing here. And if I'm Star, I've got to make sure all of my Ink Zuka shots count there from that Tri-Zuka. So obviously Star able to find one there. Big pick there, but of course, Get Your Money Up has a long way to go, Toma, and with the ink back coming out on Captain Happy Crew, the members of Get Your Money Up are not going to be able to push this tower confidently and as far as they need to, as D, though, does find the pick onto Captain Happy, which could snowball here, especially with D in the position they're in right now, but unfortunately, a Tri-Zuka is going to shut that down, and then a Tri-Zuka on the return side from Get Your Money Up is going to shut that down, and Star gets pushed into the bomb from the tower. You hate to see it, and D now coming back in with the cooler. There's some assist from the Inkjet there. D is going to be looking to find another one there. Does get a trade onto John, but it's just too much for Getting Your Money Up to handle, and Captain Happy Crew, Toma, once again, holds strong on the defense.
Yeah, absolutely huge. And they're going to be looking up here, Captain Happy, almost to that back again, which could be really important, especially as we're nearing, 20 seconds left in this game. But they do choose to pop it a little bit early, seeing if they can force Get Your Money back, or back. They do have 2 down in this current situation, looking to pick a third, but gets picked themselves. D coming back in here on the Tri-Slash are going to be making work towards this bunker. Get Your Money Up has one more opportunity to be able to push this tower to the lead, and they've got to be careful about how they do it. Captain Happy Crew, though, wasting no time, getting a pick down there and touching feet on the tower right as that buzzer starts to go off. Captain Happy Crew now in this vital 2-0 situation. This is what we were talking about before, J-Man. If they want to avoid a bad situation, they need to take this next game. They don't want to slip into that tricky situation where they go to game before, and you know it's a map that they're not comfortable on, and then you go straight into one of Get Yo Money Up's most comfortable maps.
Yeah, this is if you're Captain Happy Crew, this is a lot of confidence here. Sure, you really are not a big fan of Museum here, and as you said, Toma, Get Your Money Up extremely strong on Zones Make 'em Art with a lot of upset potential there. But if I'm Captain Happy Crew, I am very happy right now. There is a little bit of breathing room if something does go wrong on Undertow Spillway. Obviously, you prefer it not to go wrong between any of these teams, but Captain Happy Crew looking very strong right now. And as we move into Rainmaker Undertow Spillway, Toma, you gotta wonder if we're gonna be seeing the Charger possibly come out from Mar again.
Yeah, I definitely wonder if that is going to be an option. You know, they kind of got, you know, walled out by that vac from the Ballpoint Nouveau. A lot of their inkjet shots were eaten up by that, and they weren't really able to, you know, get the full use out of that special, but we've seen great ink vac uses from them as well, so maybe this is the time that they think, like, you know, well, if we can't, you know, jet them, what if we bring out a vac of our own? And Charger can really do that well. You know, it's got the nice splat bombs to defend themselves, which can be really useful against those, you know, pesky frontliners who are going to be rushing Mar down, especially there on the glass if they're set up, because there's not a lot of room to reposition. There's not ink to really swim through there as well, so just setting a splat bomb could really catch someone off guard if they're going for a flank and don't expect it to be placed down.
Yeah, something else as well with Rainmaker Undertow Spillway, Toma, obviously that the paths here, at least more toward the middle, it gets a little wider as you move up toward the enemy spawn. Obviously, very straight and narrow plays really well into Chargers here, so I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we do see Mar go back to that Charger, but as we see Captain Happy pull out the ZF scope, and Mar going to be pulling out the regular spider scope, so we are going to be seeing that ink vac here. But on the side of Captain Happy Crew, they're opting for the double tri-strike, which is very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, usually we see double Zuka coming out, but double Tri-Strike has worked well for them. They played it, I believe, there in the first game on ship-shaped zones, so they know what works for them. They're like, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. We like our strikes. And right now, they're going to be using those to try to get some space forward. They do take a trade here in front of those strikes and moving forward on to get your money up, but they do go another member down, are going to be forced to kind of give up a little bit of space. But, you know, just as I say that, Commentators curse, Captain's Happy getting a great pick onto a member of Get Yo Money up there, and maybe finally in a position there to pick up the Rainmaker. But of course, they've got to be careful that vac out, and the tree go down though. Just as I say that, going to be an easy break for them now once they found those picks, and they're ready to continue that push as well with a super fast pop. You see those strikes coming out, clearing a lot of space for them. That is kind of the strategy I was expecting to see out of those strikes. You can land them there on that uninkable, saying like, are you really going to drop onto us there to stop the Rainmaker? No, you're not. A push to 30 is absolutely great in the opening, you know, minute 30 seconds, and they're keeping that pressure up, not wanting to give it up as there's 2 down on both sides. But finally, the Rainmaker reset is going to force them to go back to mid, get your money up, giving a little bit of breathing room here, but they are already popping their specials just to get mid back under their control, and it's not going to last for long as Captain Happy Crew finds the pop, putting down a lot more orange ink there.
Yeah, they do. And honestly, it seemed like Get Your Money Up honestly avoided a worse situation than it could have been, Toma. The Trizuka coming through the Tri-Strike, they're able to find, of course, one of the picks onto the members of Captain Happy Crew. As Stara finds 2 and 2 more go down, that should essentially be a free checkpoint break if the members of Get Your Money Up are fast enough here into this top corner, as the Tri-Strikes are going to come out, find nobody, and the members of Get Your Money Up able to break the checkpoint, but they do not have the popping power to stop this Rainmaker, as all the members of Get Your Money Up just barely go down. There's one left. It's Star Up who's panic popping Zuka, and Captain Happy says, oh, you want to shoot that at me? Let me show you how to really shoot, and immediately picks them with the Charger before quickly picking up the Rainmaker again, Toma, and they are moving back into mid. Get Your Money Up, though, did remove the checkpoint, so now they do have that option, if they so choose, to push it up the right side toward the enemy spawn. Remember, you get points faster going up that right side, but it is more risky.
Yeah, you know, but now it's just kind of like a game of Splatoon 2 Rainmaker once again. Those checkpoints both fallen. If you can get a wipe and you're close to that right side, you might as well take use of that man advantage situation. So you've got to be very careful from both sides on your defensive plays to not go down, since every play matters even more with those checkpoints fallen. And right now they're going to be making a push here, taking great picks. It looks like they may find an opportunity to extend their lead here. They do by 5 points, down to 25 now. And now Stara is going to be moving around on the side, trying to get Captain Happy Crew out of their base, as Get Your Money Up really needs to flush them out to get momentum back on their side once again. And it looks like they are able to do so. They're going to pick up that Rainmaker, start moving towards mid once again. They have a vac out potentially that could help them get a huge push if they can get that space going forward, but they've got to get it locked down first and find those picks. One down on both sides as Star is moving here on the left-hand side with this Rainmaker. They do see that there's one person over there that is making some plays. They're keeping kind of eyes on that, knowing that they can't go forward without the rest of their team. One goes down on Captain Happy Crew, as now Get Your Money Up is seeing the opportunity to make this push potentially come together. They have that ink back out, but the tri-strikes are going to shut that push down. 48 seconds left on the clock. A wipe out on the side of Get Your Money Up. Captain Happy Crew now sitting in a really comfortable situation, holding mid. All the pressure now on Get Your Money Up to get in here. They have to find the pick onto the Rainmaker, which they do now, and now they need to find control and get picks of their own to make this push come together.
Yes, they do. And Get Your Money Up, obviously, they had an opportunity with that vac, and I think it was used, Choma, temporarily, and somehow Ice goes down. I think to a bomb there. That's 2 members of Captain Happy Crew going down, but they need to put some pressure onto the Charger. They need to find Captain Happy and find the pick. Star has been their star player, pardon me for saying that, with that Inkzuka, so they are going to need to find some picks here, as they do have the Rainmaker. 5 seconds are left. The Inkzuka is at the ready, finds the pick on the Captain Happy, but goes down in the process, which is something you don't want to see. And now D going to be very slow to push this off, because one bomb could spell the end here, but they cannot delay too long, because that'll happen. They'll come out of their spawn, and Captain Happy Crew holds on to the defense. And not only that, Toma, but Captain Happy Crew taking a solid 3-0 in our grand finals, and they will be your SAC Season 8 Qualifier 2 champions.
Absolutely huge for them there, and they of course avoided that situation going to the game 4 that they wanted to all along, holding it together very, very well done there from Captain Happy Crew, and a great job to Get Your Money Up as well. They are a team that, you know, like we have said time and time again throughout commentating them today, that has really been pushing and making a name for themselves, and, you know, going from winning silver bracket in Qualifier 1 to getting second place here in gold bracket at SAC Qualifier 2, punching their stamp to go to SAC season finals. This is absolutely huge for them as well.
Yeah, let's not forget about Get Your Money Up, though, as well. With that performance, that will give them plenty of points, or I believe the top 2 teams from each tournament do qualify for our finals, our top 12 finals. So I also believe with this, Get Your Money Up will also be moving into, of course, our finals for the season, when that happens about a month and a half from now, if I recall correctly, based on the schedule. So they might see Captain Happy Crew yet again moving forward into the future, Toma. But a great set between both these two teams. And of course, the scoreboard says 3-0, but we do know that some of the games were a lot closer.
Yeah, the scoreboard does not always paint the full picture, J-Man. Just absolutely competitive sets there. I don't think I could have asked for a better grand final set than what we just saw there.
Yeah, it was an absolutely fantastic grand final, and a great way to end today's tournament. Toma, thank you for joining me on commentary. It has been an absolute blast being back on the mic for SAC once again.
Absolutely. Huge thanks to you as well. And tell me, J-Man, where can the good people find you outside of this stream?
So outside of the stream, I am pretty much available on all social medias. YouTube is at CAJman777. Twitter is at CAJman777. I have at CAJman777 pretty much on like almost every site, I think, at this point. So if you find it, yeah, that's probably me. Toma, what about you? Where can they find you?
Well, I'm glad to hear some people have much more consistency than I do. So you can find me here at Twitch at twitch.tv/ttoma_, on Twitter at Crest of Gautier, or over on Blue Sky at Toma SBL. But once again, huge thanks to all of our competitors today. Huge congratulations to Captain Happy Crew for coming out victorious. And we hope that you will all be joining us for the next SAC qualifier.
Yeah, and of course, before we go, huge thanks to the commentators and staff behind the scenes once again for this tournament. Again, we have a very great team here at SAC, and we do want to take an opportunity once again and just thank them as well. Toma, you and I are on here. Look, that's us.
Yeah, that's us. I think we might even be there twice. Somebody told me.
Potentially. You never know.
Potentially. But great, absolutely great staff team, great TOs. There's our lovely, lovely commentators. There we are once again. You know, Pinky, Pat, as well, our Block 1 commentators. Absolutely brilliant. Huge thanks to everybody. Huge thanks to Arkrantz, who is our awesome, awesome broadcaster here today, keeping this stream running.
Yeah, and we hope to see you all in 2 weeks. On October 28th, that is going to be SAC Qualifier 3. I'm really looking forward to seeing what these competitors will bring to the table once again, Toma. But I think with that, we are out of time, so we are going to be signing off.
We sure will be. Hope to see you all around. Thanks again for tuning in to SAC Qualifier 2.